Their first NL East title. Less than 2 weeks into this season, two favorites already separating from the pack. The Braves are 8-1 thanks to Justin Upton and a shutdown bullpen. The Nats 7-2 following another 3-game sweep at home. Tonight they open a weekend series in D.C. First place on the line. It's a series we've been looking forward to ever since we saw the 2013 schedule come out. Game number 1,000 in Ryan Zimmerman's 8th full year in the big leagues. Hats off to him, and knowing Ryan, he'll do something on this stage tonight. So the Nats and the Braves, first of three. Bob and FP, great to have you with us. Cool night, breeze blowing in. All right, second weekend of the season. Too early to call this a showdown, or are you all in on this thing?
Well, I think you have to approach every series the same if you're a player. You can't get too high or too low, whether you're playing a last-place team or a first-place team. That being said, I know there's some guys in that clubhouse down there that want to send a message to the Braves. Hey, they're the defending NL East champs. The Braves are 8-1, off to their best start since 1994. So I think you can send a message early in the season, believe it or not. I don't want to hype it up too much because it is so early in the season, but when it's the Braves and they're your rival and they're in first and you were in first last year, I think it's a huge series.
Young Julio TEHERAN for the Braves. First time he ever faces the Nats. Russ Detwiler has seen a lot of Atlanta. In fact, he made his major league debut against the Braves several years ago, but he pitched so well in Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's emerging as one of the best left-handers in the National League. We'll keep an eye on his ground ball outs tonight. When he's good, he gets a lot of them. 11 last time out against Cincy.
Hey, you like some outfielders? How about this series? For the Braves, the Uptons, they have been outstanding, and they've had a few showers as well. Then there's Hayward, and then, of course, there's DENARD Span, who's really changed the complexion of the Nats offense with Worth and Harper behind him. Look out, outfielders galore. Masson, brought to you by Honda. Get a great deal during the really big spring event now at your Honda dealer. By DentaQuest, to remind you to smile, it's Friday. Affordable coverage for priceless smiles. Ask your broker about DentaQuest. And by Navy Federal Credit Union. 4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. So just west of the Navy Yard Nationals Park. And this place will be jumping tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. The Nats beat the Braves 10 out of 18 last year, 5 out of 9 here. Some great battles. It's pretty warm, but it feels a lot cooler because that wind is blowing straight in like it did last night. A little muggy, 59%. And Train, of course, celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It's hard to stop a train, really hard. Braves are hitting .256. They are a home run hitting ball club, tied with the Nats and the Rockies atop the league. Dan UGGLA, a lot of RBIs here, but he's off to a 6 for 30 start, and he's 0 for 10 career against Ross Detwiler. But B.J. Upton, 3 for 29. Jason Hayward, 2 for 28. Justin Upton has been carrying those guys. And here comes Ross Detwiler. 11 games, 8 starts career against the Braves, 2-1 with a good .333 ERA.
And last time out Saturday at Cincy, got the no decision, and that's 11 innings, 7-6 win. Allowed only 1 run on 6 hits, over 6 innings of work. Struck out 1, walked 1 through 82 pitches, 50 for strikes. And like I said in the open, 11 ground ball outs. So fastball, lots of them, curveball, and a changeup from Ross Detwiler. Set the defense for the Nats behind Ross tonight. Harper, Span, Worth in the outfield. Desmond Zimmerman on the left side. Espinosa LaRoche on the right side. And Kurt Suzuki back behind the plate.
And career ball game with the Nats, number 1,000 for Ryan Zimmerman as soon as that first pitch is delivered. So congrats to Ryan. Those of us who've been around long enough to watch his career have admired him from day one. He came up in 05 in September. Got it going in 06. Adrian Johnson, Fielden Culbreth, Bill Welke, Brian Onora on the bases.
You know, I know it's just April 12th, but I am some kind of fired up for this series. Let's do this.
I don't think we have a choice. Here we go. Andrelton Simmons, and he goes up hacking. He says, okay, let's get it on, guys. I'm going to be going first pitch swinging here. That's right in there. No balls and 2 strikes. And a fastball whistling under the hands of the right-handed hitter.
3 heaters, 3 strikes. What new? It's time for your AFCEA intelligence report. AFCEA, the Association for Global Security Professionals. Left is right. Last year, lefties hit 170 against Ross Detwiler, 215 career average against lefties. Throw the heat. Last time out, get this 90% fastballs from Detwiler. You just saw 3, and heads up for Jason Hayward, a guy that's got some serious ownage on Ross Detwiler, coming in hitting 071, but over his career has done very well against Ross.
Yeah, 5 out of 14. Hayward only 2 for 28 career, or rather for the season. One of those hits a home run. And then that's low and inside, 2 balls, no strikes. But you have guys like Ross Detwiler on your staff, FP, because of teams like Atlanta and Philadelphia in your division with some of the great left-handed hitting. And, of course, they don't even have Brian McCann right now. That's going to be unreachable for Ian Desmond as Jason Hayward fights one off. An indication of how strong he is.
Yeah, that 071 is going to change for Jason Hayward. He's just too good a player. Fights that one off. Good fastball from Detwiler, down and in. Hayward fought to get his hands inside. First knock of the night for the Braves.
That'll bring in Justin Upton. And he has really been something for Atlanta, hitting .353. 6 of his 12 hits, home runs, 9 RBIs. He leads the league with the long ball. And Detwiler throws it right in there. It was about a 2-month period between the acquisition of the brothers. BJ as a free agent November 29th, then Justin in that 7-player deal with Arizona on the 24th of January. Relatively late to add such a big player onto your roster. Came over with Chris Johnson, who's their third baseman, for 5, including Martin Prado going the other way.
A lot of the national media here tonight to do the game on other networks and tomorrow as well, asking me, how does Detwiler get away with throwing so many fastballs? And I said, well, it's like 4 different pitches. He moves it around, he elevates it, he throws it down in the zone, he sinks it, he'll throw the 4-seamer. You know, and he's an imposing 6'5" out there. Everybody says he's that big. Yeah, if you've ever stood next to Ross Detwiler, and he's a big kid out there, so that 95 is a little bit closer than you would think, and it gets on you quick.
Last 3 starts, look at the under 2 runs ERA. 2-1 pitch, right field. That'll play for Jason Orth. Going halfway, retreating Jason Hayward. And a couple of outs now for Detwiler in the top of the first with a real interesting story. Evan Gattis coming in. What a long road he has traveled, FP.
Yeah, just a great story. A guy that was out of baseball for about 4 years. Travel in the western United States. And a guy that played winter ball in Venezuela this year, hit 16 home runs, 195 RBIs, was a rock star down in Venezuela. They called him Oso Blanco, for the white bear. And just a guy that's been out of baseball, had a tremendous start, a non-roster invite to these guys, and made the team with a tremendous spring. His avatar on Twitter is his janitorial badge from when he was out of baseball. It's just a great story. I mean, you just love to hear these things, and you root for guys like this after this weekend.
He's a big man. Playing his first game, by the way, in the big leagues at first base tonight. So he's their backup catcher tonight to Gerald Laird. He's a big man out of Texas at 6'4", 230. No balls, 1 strike. Interesting batting stance with that bat. Kind of gets the hands out there a little bit. And then the bat is not sticking straight up. It's on a big-time slant behind his right shoulder. And he's saying, I don't need any batting gloves the way I'm swinging.
Old school guy, a lot of pop. First big league home run off Roy Halladay.
The bat nearly horizontal, then he gets it up into a swinging position. And then Detwiler throws some high gas by him. Mid-90s, 0-2.
Only played 7 games at first base, and that was in low A ball. It's his first time in the bigs playing first.
He got jammed. Adam LaRoche right there to pick it against one of his former ball clubs. 1 hit, runner stranded. Half Street is jam-packed tonight. They're still coming down from the Navy Yard station. The Nats did some heavy hitting in that Chicago series, outslugging the White Sox. Ryan Zimmerman, he's made a pretty good living against Atlanta pitching over the years at .309 with 8 game-winning RBIs. So in game number 1,000, Ryan will be in that cleanup spot in what's become a very good lineup. Suzuki the call behind the plate on that every other day catching thing. The Nats will face Julio TEHERAN, 22 years of age. Signed with the Braves at the age of 16 back in 07, and he's made just 8 appearances and 5 starts at the big league level.
And last time out on the 6th, got the no decision. The Braves 6-5 win against the Cubs. He allowed 5 runs on 8 hits over 5 innings. Trailed 5-1 when he left the game, but he got off the hook with a no decision. Struck out 2, walked 1, threw 88 pitches, 61 of those for strikes. A 3-pitch guy, fastball, curveball, change. He's taken a little off his fastball this year to gain some more command. Let's set the defense for the Braves. The law firm of Upton, and Hayward in the outfield. Simmons and Johnson on the left side. UGGLA, Gattis on the right side. And Gerald Laird doing the catching.
Denard Span. It's interesting when you go in the clubhouse after the game and talk to the guys on this team. The one man they mentioned first who has changed this ball club is Denard. He had 5 hits in 11 at-bats with 2 walks in the Chicago series. And he steps in tonight batting .323 with an on-base percentage, 6th best in the league at .475. Two and 1.
I just love how patient Denard is in general, but his first time up, he likes to see more pitches than the rest of his ABs. We talk about it all the time. Good leadoff hitters like to go deep into the count first time up. Give everybody on the bench a look-see at what the pitcher's got. Give yourself a look-see at what he's got on a given night. Do your homework and be ready for that second at-bat.
Span, a little tapper, third base line, and very well played by Chris Johnson. But off the bag, and Denard Span's speed put some pressure on the Atlanta infield right there. Well, maybe Freddie Freeman able to stay on the bag, but he's hurt, and there's Gattis. Boy, the ball will find you, FP, even if it's not off the bat.
Well, Freddie Gonzalez wanted to get Gattis in the game because his bat is so hot. I don't think that was his fault right there. The throw just kind of up the line. Maybe stretched a little bit early, but a guy that's only played 7 games at first base in low A ball, it comes into a play right away. And they gave that one an error.
Wow,
on Chris Johnson.
Scoreboard had it a hit. They've given Chris Johnson an error. I mean, it would take an above-average play to get the out, but he would have had the ball there in plenty of time.
It just looked to me like he stretched just a hair early. You read the throw, then you go to the baseball, but he already had his right foot way out there. I'm trying to think. Didn't play a lot of first base if he had the right foot on the base at all. I think he might have went the wrong ways. Did he have his left foot on the base and stretch with his right? Because usually if you're a right-handed guy, you put your right foot on the base and stretch with your left.
Right. Extending that glove out as far as you can.
Freddie Gonzalez saying, hey, how many ground balls is he really going to get? I'd rather have him have 4 at-bats and maybe hide him at first. First base, as Nats fans know, is a place you don't hide somebody. It's a very important position defensively.
Jason Worth, 11 for 37. He takes that .297 batting average and fouls it, and the count quickly 0-2. Bryce Harper's been amazing. In the top 6 in the league in RBIs. In about 4 or 5 other categories, he's in the top 2, the top 3. TEHERAN showing a quick snap throw over there on a couple of occasions. He's running. Swing and a miss. Throw is high and late. And Denard Span has his 2nd stolen base as a National. This one comes on the first out of the game for the Washington offense.
Yeah, 2nd stolen base of the year for Denard Span. Watch the jump. Pretty good jump at top speed. Doesn't even look in. Sometimes you look in, it costs you a step. Denard Span just gets in there. Look at the jump. Pretty good throw right there by Gerald Laird. Tag applied by UGGLA, but too late. And he's dirty already, and that's a good thing.
2 shots to drive him home now. Bryce Harper, 6th in the league in RBIs. Off to an amazing start with 4 homers, 3rd in the league. Batting average 3rd, slugging percentage 3rd, total bases 2nd, and he leads the National League with 15 hits and 7 multi-hit games.
Twice Harper.
Twice Harper. 2 for 4, it seems, almost every night. Let's talk about OPS. Your mission, our commitment. Visit ENGILITYCorp.com. On-base percentage plus slugging, OPS. You can bat over 1,000 in that department. Time looked like it was requested by the catcher, Gerald Laird there. His mitt came up. Adrian Johnson called time.
Let's see what TEHERAN does with first base open. We saw that pitching around Bryce last night, walking intentional to get to Zimmerman worked out.
Fastball away, 2-1. Julio TEHERAN, listed 6'2", 175 from Cartagena, Colombia. Bryce at even 500. Just take that 2 for 4 every night and times it, and that's what his runners in scoring position hitting is. They're playing pretty much straight away. That ball is scorched to left. Big trouble for the Braves. 2-0 Washington. Number 5 for Bryce Harper.
I'm up here thinking, how is TEHERAN going to go after Bryce Harper? It's not a good matchup for him with the hard stuff he throws. We saw how the inside fastball has worked to Bryce so far this season. But how about the 2-seam fastball away? Hits his spot. It's a good pitch, maybe a hair up. But Bryce Harper all over everything like he's been all year long. The head still. The violent throw of the bat, the back foot off the ground, and Bryce Harper with an opposite field home run. And there goes the no-hitter, and there goes the shutout.
2-0 Nats, and here's Ryan Zimmerman. First pitch breaking ball stays up and in.
I think you're just getting an idea of how this lineup works. You're seeing it every day if you're a Nats fan, of how, hey, one of the hottest hitters on the planet is up there, but because you got a potential MVP / all-star behind him, you have to pitch to him.
Zimmerman hits it sharply on 3 hops to Simmons. One of the best young shortstops in the game already. 2 outs, and Adam LaRoche will bat here in the first. The Nats now lead the National League in home runs with 16. Bryce Harper has 5 of them.
5 home runs, 10 RBI. Let's look at the side slow-mo again. Just letting that ball travel. That is just unbelievable. Foot off the ground, tremendous torque, unbelievable bat speed. It's just a thrill for us to watch that guy play every day. The only thing I don't like is my son went out and got that haircut today. Same one. Well, he sent me a picture before the game. He said, "Dad, I got the Bryce Harper haircut." I said, okay, all right, I like it.
Your answer should have been start swinging like it. Hey, man, he keeps swinging like this. He can go Oscar Gamble on us, and that'll be okay. On a pitch up, Adam LaRoche. He got things started Tuesday night against the White Sox, and Adam is definitely back. He got his batting average up to 200 with that swing, and that's fine after the way he started. That'll bring in Ian Desmond here in the first.
No let-up in this lineup.
Got to be a couple of chords that go with that. Desmond against the White Sox had 6 hits and 11 at-bats with 2 RBIs. That ball is jacked up the middle. On a hop to B.J. Upton. The Nats 4 base runners and 3 very well hit base hits.
I was talking to John Smoltz before the game tonight, former Atlanta Brave superstar pitcher, who's now doing some color for the MLB Network, and he said he picked the Nats to be in the World Series based on the combination of their 5 starting pitchers and their lineup. And that's the way he goes around the league. He'll kind of measure the bullpen in there as well, but when you talk about a starting rotation and the offense that they have, he said there's nobody better in baseball than the Nats when it comes to their lineup and their 5 starters.
This team is swinging the bat beautifully. Look at Danny Espinosa on his way over 200 up to 250. It'll really be something. High fly ball. That's slicing away from Justin Upton. Easily into the seats. Danny, a couple of hits. He was 2 for 12, or rather 2 for 11, but he did plate a couple of RBIs in that White Sox series. Then you got guys hitting 8th who are batting 300, getting on base. A 1 pitch down the line into foul ground, and Gattis will cover the ground. The Nats will get a 1 unearned run, and Bryce Harper just takes it hard the other way, and Washington off to a great start in this weekend series, 2-0.
I want you to see the location of this pitch. It's not a strike to Bryce Harper. Look at the pitch track. Watch where it is. It's off the plate away. Probably a ball, but when you're as hot as Bryce Harper, it doesn't matter. Elevated. A little backspin right there for the home run. And it just never ceases to amaze me. That's the first one the other way for Bryce, and the line drive gets out of here. And another good piece of hitting. And by the way, they changed a DENARD Span error to a hit, so I have to go back and say, and there goes the no-hitter for DENARD Span.
By the way, Pitch Track brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web, MBUSA.com. So the Nats 2 earned runs on 4 hits in that first inning. B.J. Upton is 2 for 5 career against Ross Detweiler. Pitch upstairs. Top of the second upon us. B.J. hit 246 for the Rays last year. Played in this ballpark. Hit 28. Drove in 78. Hot shot, 1 hop. Ryan Zimmerman. And then LaRoche gets back to the bag as Ryan really sailed that throw.
Well, how about the footwork? We just showed Evan Gattis has only played 7 games at first base. His foot come off the base. And you talk about first base not being an important defensive position. Let's watch the footwork right here of Adam LaRoche. Gold glove first baseman versus a guy that's never played there in the big leagues. And look at the footwork, just getting his foot back in time to get the out. One guy who's played there his whole career and is as good as anybody. Getting that left foot back on the base to get the speedy Upton. Wow. Great play.
It'll bring in Dan UGGLA. Showed you the numbers earlier. He always has been able to drive in runs in this ballpark. Dan UGGLA hit just .220 last year, but he still drove in 78 runs. So the Braves have two guys in their lineup who hit .220, .246 last year, and both drove in nearly 80 runs. They can be an all or nothing type ball club, with the Uptons joining Dan UGGLA. 2 balls, no strikes. Detwiler tails one that misses low and away. Dan UGGLA 200, 6 for 30 to start this season. And Detwiler gets the 3-0 pitch in there. Dan UGGLA still leads all second basemen over the last 8 years in home runs with 209. That was, of course, going into the season. He's hit 2 more, and he'll take the 1-out walk. Dan UGGLA, number 1. Robinson Cano, number 2, among Major League second basemen with homers over the last 8 years. And even though he strikes out a lot, hitters like him do get respect. You can't just throw it down the middle when you fall behind. So he visits Terry Pendleton over there, 1 on 1 out. Here's Chris Johnson. And Johnson, we saw him in Houston and Arizona last year. He came with Justin Upton in that 5-player from Atlanta to Arizona 5-player deal. 7 total. He's off to a good start at 304. Freddie Gonzalez Ball Club has won 6 straight, 8-1. They're unbeaten on the road, 3-0. And they've drawn the Marlins and the Cubs for 2 of their first 3 opponents coming into this series. Nats, as I mentioned earlier, 10 of 18. And look at that, 73-72 since 05. Even when the Nationals didn't have a very good ball club, for some reason, they always gave Bobby Cox and now Freddie Gonzalez fits. Big breaking ball and a swing and a miss. 2 outs. Chris Johnson gone. Second K for Ross Detwiler.
Yeah, this is a pitch that Ross has only thrown 6% of the time this year. Has a tendency to kind of guide it in there at times, but the first curveball from Detwiler, a nice one. Sharp break, strike 3.
Here's one for you. September 7th of 2007. Ross Detwiler pitched the bottom of the 8th inning at Atlanta in his major league debut. He had just signed that year. The Nats lost that game 7-1. The starter for Washington was Joel Hanrahan, followed by Mike Bowie, Mike Bassick, and a kid named Detwiler. The only base runner was Yunel Escobar on an error, but he retired the other 3 guys he faced as he got a little taste of big league action at the end of his first summer as a professional.
Well, now he's big game national debt after what he did last year against the Dodgers to clinch the first playoff berth since 1933 in this town. And then we all remember Game 4 against the Cardinals, the elimination game where he was so brilliant.
We've come a long way, baby. Upstairs 2-1. Of course, Ryan Zimmerman, the only present National in the lineup that night. Two-one pitch. Pretty good hack by Gerald Laird. How about this guy and his sense of timing? The last 2 years, he's been on World Series ball clubs. Cardinals in 11, Tigers last year. 232 for St. Louis, then 282 for Detroit last year. And the Braves gave him a 2-year free agent contract to be a backup catcher.
Well, the reason he's starting tonight is Freddie Gonzalez didn't want a rookie pitcher with a rookie catcher and Evan Gattis. He wanted a veteran guy back there to catch the rookie, so he went with Gerald Laird.
Yeah, he's always been a strong defensive guy. And Brian McCann, of course, had shoulder surgery during the offseason. 3-2, runner going with 2 outs, and that's low. 2 walks by Ross in this inning, and that'll bring in Julio TEHERAN. who has a base hit and is only AB this year, and as a big league hitter is 1 for 6. He rips it. Terry Pendleton dances out of the way. There's a great hitter right there. Not a big man, FP, but he had lots of power for his size. Terry Pendleton hit 140 big league home runs and had 946 RBIs in 15 years. 270 career hitter. Clutch. Fastball outside, 1-1. Just off the corner with 93.
97% heat. Got to find the zone right here.
Little bit low.
Well, that's a bigger miss than you would think, because 3-2, 2 outs gives Dan Uggla a head start at second base. The outfield's cheating in because the pitcher's hitting, so there's no way to be able to send Uggla on a routine base hit. But now that he gets a head start with 3-2, 2 outs, you might have a chance to score.
Up the middle, Danny Espinosa to his right. Would have been too close at second. He takes the shore out, and Ross Detwiler, despite a couple of walks, preserves that 2-0 lead for now. Double. Call this weekend. Get your second room of flooring free. 877-241-LUNA. We've had some footwork issues around first base tonight.
Well, we're going to show you Evan Gattis, who's a fine catcher for the Atlanta Braves. Freddie Gonzalez, trying to get him in the lineup. But on this play right here with DENARD span, he stretches with the wrong foot. You're supposed to stretch with your glove side foot. If you look right there, he's got his right foot out, and maybe if his right foot was on the bag and his left foot was out, they get the out right there. Bryce Harper hits a home run. That turns into a run, and right here, Aaron Roche is great footwork in general. A guy who's been playing his whole career, the defending Gold Glove first baseman. So, well, if you're sitting at home saying, well, you could stick anybody at first, it's not a very important defensive position. Wrong. It's a very, very hard position to play if you haven't been over there before. And Evan Gattis having a great start to the season as a catcher. But I think he stretched with the wrong foot on that throw to start this game up.
And after watching that replay, FP, I'm starting to think We're not giving Adam LaRoche enough credit for being as athletic as he is. You know, he plays the game at such a relaxed gait, such a relaxed pace. It kind of looks like everything's in slow motion for him, but that was a very graceful, athletic play. Well, looks good when the ballpark's got a lot of folks in it. Should be jam-packed for Strasburg and Hudson tomorrow. And then we will be back with you on Masson Sunday for the Gio Gonzalez start against Paul Mahalam. Lefties on display Sunday. That's off to a great start. Suzuki, Detwiler, and Span here, bottom two.
Former teammate JT Snow used to get so upset when you just say, oh yeah, stick him at first. It's not a big deal.
And he was one of the best.
6-time Gold Glove winner.
Here's Kurt Suzuki. 4 games, 3 hits, a homer, 3 RBIs. Oh yeah, 3 walks. These number 8 hitters. The Nats are sporting. Ramos and Suzuki have good batting eyes. And they're getting more than their share of hits. I mean, Ramos has walked 3 times. I guess that makes 8 guys pitchers are concerned about, and that's sometimes scared of in this Washington lineup.
Yeah, Braves catchers doing the job too. Gattis and Lair to combine 394.
Breaking ball, front door for a strike. John Lannon's pitching for the Phillies in Miami tonight. They're scoreless in the second. Fastball high and tight. And the Interleague Series this weekend, Mets at Minnesota.
Mets, Twins next. Sorry. Can't get used to this.
It might be the best tease I've ever heard on a Friday night. 2-2 pitch. Close. What a good take by Kurt Suzuki. These guys are amazing. Russ Detwiler 0 for 2 with a walk. Waiting.
Well, here he goes.
Yeah, and the Nats, they made Julio TEHERAN throw 18 pitches in that first inning.
Kurt Suzuki with a couple extended at-bats in Cincinnati last weekend. Finished him off with big-time hits.
Emergency hack, staying alive.
Lived to fight another pitch on the borderline 3-2 pitch. 8th pitch coming right here. Ninth pitch coming right here.
You just keep counting them.
Well, I can only get to 10. When I run out of fingers, I'm in trouble.
Nats started the night hitting .269. At the beginning of the Chicago series on Tuesday, the team batting average was .224. Been a nice week at home for the Sticks. Look at that walk. Lead off Suzuki. His 4th pass already this season. Gio Gonzalez bobblehead day tomorrow. You must enter through the center field gates and be one of the first 15,000 to receive it. You can also receive a bobblehead giveaway with the purchase of any Gio name and number t-shirt or jersey in the Nationals Clubhouse main team store tomorrow. That's while supplies last.
Looks like a change-up grip, maybe. You better get here early and you better wear red, because with Strasburg pitching Saturday, it's going to be a huge crowd. It's going to be electric. And you get a bobblehead. It doesn't get better than that.
Detwiler going to jump away from that inside fastball. Tipped off his bat the first time. And a really good take on a pitch that was pretty close, 1-1.
Well, the play here is to bunt it to first base because Evan Gattis has to hold the runner on him. I think if I was an Nats, I'd make him field the ball anyways.
Detwiler deadens it beautifully. TEHERAN to Gattis. Fundamentally sound on Ross Detwiler's 7th career sacrifice. And a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Textbook.
Well, it doesn't happen by accident. These guys are out here 2:30, 3 o'clock every day working on their bunting, working on their hitting. They know the value of helping themselves every 5th day offensively. And when you don't see them out there, they're doing it down below in the cages. So that's a lot of hard work right there, and not as easy as it looks, folks. Nice job.
DENARD Span, infield hit first time. Stole second. Trotted home on a Harper home run. And he was trying to lash that ball past Chris Johnson at third base. Numbers just keep on going. On base percentage now way up over 480. During the offseason, the Braves were reportedly interested in DENARD Span. Nats got him. And then, of course, they went with the other Upton and got the brothers together. They lost Michael Bourne to Cleveland. And they're depending on the young shortstop, ANDRELTON SIMMONS, to be their leadoff man in his first full big league season. Span just waving that bat a little bit. Fouls one off.
Playing right out of his uni. And that's what happens when you get on base a lot. And you see the stitching right there. If you got a lucky pair of pants, you sew them up and stay with them. Sure. A little patch under there. Got yourself a blowout. I don't know if they keep stats for this card. They keep stats for everything.
Yeah.
But the Nats have to be leading all of baseball in foul balls with 2 strikes. And I love it. You remember a couple of years ago when guys were taking called thirds right down the middle? There wasn't a lot of fighting it because I think guys were guessing in 2-strike counts. But so far this year, and they did it a lot last year too, just sticking their nose in there with 2 strikes and fighting. It's been fun to watch so far.
Yeah, and this guy, the new pickup, epitomizes this. 0-2 doesn't bother him. That's a great at bat. It's a base hit, and racing around is Suzuki. The Nationals lead 3-0, and DENARD Span standing on second base. That's his 3rd RBI.
You foul off some borderline pitches in a 2-strike count. We all know that DENARD Span doesn't care if he hits with 2. That's kind of when the at-bat starts for him. But how about the battle right here? Another high 2-seamer on the outer half to a left-handed hitter. This one stays in the park. But give Kurt Suzuki a lot of credit right there with 1 out. He knew where his defense was playing. We always talk about how fundamentally sound he is. But with 1 out, that is not an easy read for Suzuki. As soon as they got over the infield, watch him, he breaks right there. And that allows Trent Jewett to dislocate his right arm and send him home. Good stuff all the way around, on the bases and in the batter's box.
And the runners trade places, still only 1 out. When you think about it, a really ill-advised throw by Justin Upton based on the great read of Kurt Suzuki. So they gave up 90 feet on that play, and the Nats could score another run with a base hit.
Well, Upton can throw. Justin Upton can throw. B.J. Upton's got a decent arm, very accurate, and Jason Hayward's got a cannon in the right field. So Nats hitters know they got to get good jumps out there because there's 3 good arms in the Braves outfield.
That ball to right center. It's going to plug the gap. Span will score easily. And Jason Worth makes it 4-0. Don't have to pull the ball to be a good ball club, do you?
No, we saw it last night. Jason Worth moving DENARD span with nobody out on second base to right field with, I thought, would have been a home run on any other night. The wind held it up, so Jason Worth's got the right field stroke going. And when you have speed like DENARD span, you can kind of hang out at second base for a minute, unlike Kurt Suzuki, and still score and somebody get Trent Jewett some ice.
You could have nicknamed him Dutch Jewett over there with that windmill he's got going.
I love it. It is awesome.
This is fun. Here's Harper. One of the Nationals' 6 hits has been to the pull side tonight. That was the Adam LaRoche single in the first. Harper set the tone with the opposite field home run, and he's out ahead and over the top of that off-speed pitch.
Good slider by TEHERAN right there. Maybe the best pitch of the night for him.
Nats have him up to 38 pitches with 1 out in the second inning. Harper fights that one off, 0-2. How about 3 out of your first 4 as a team with runners in scoring position? Setting a tone early here. Not only in game 1, but maybe for the whole weekend. Off speed. Bryce Harper didn't see much of anything hittable in that AB. That's his second strikeout. Got Worth in the first inning. 2 outs. And a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. That'll bring in Ryan Zimmerman.
Big leg kick right there by TEHERAN. 1-5 to the plate, very deliberate. You want to let Ryan Zimmerman hit, but if he's going to give you second base, you can steal a base right here if you're Jason Worth.
Yeah, you can be a little frisky up by 4, can't you?
Well, especially when a guy's got that big a kick.
Another breaking ball. This one a little bit better, catching the corner. Kinetic North America will track it.
And a little slider on the black. Got the call.
From the warfighter in the field to the data in the cloud, we protect our country's most critical assets. Kinetic North America. He's going. Pitch low. Into center field. Worth reads it. Goes to third. And the Nats are running as well as hitting tonight. That's Jason Worth's second bag this week.
And give Tony Tarasco some credit right there. Had a stopwatch out. They get the scouting reports. They know that TEHERAN is slow to the plate. And he was slow all 3 of those pitches. 1-5, 1-5-1, and 1-4 right there. So a little bit quicker on that pitch. And Jason Worth able to steal the base. Pretty good throw by Gerald Laird. UGGLA couldn't hang on. And a good read by Worth. They would have been close at third, I think, had Simmons come up with that.
Well, you throw some off-speed stuff in the dirt here, that extra bag could pay off. 2-1 to Zimmerman. Ryan hits one up the middle. Andrelton Simmons to his left. The Nats will put another 2 spot on the board. RBIs by Span and Worth, and it's 4-0. Tonight, 8th full big league season. Just a pleasure to watch in the field, especially when he's got that magical glove on.
Yeah, as good as anybody there is over there at third base with that glove. This makes it look so easy. Soft hands, plays a lot more shallow than most third basemen, but he's such a good athlete. And I think with the corners, you just kind of get spoiled with both guys on each corner. LaRoche, Zimmerman, take a lot of these plays for granted, but there's a lot of ball clubs that wish they had defense like the Nationals have on the infield. And interesting little connection between tonight's game. Ryan Zimmerman on that youth team with B.J. Upton and Justin Upton tagging along as a bat boy, kind of pinch running at times. Mark Reynolds on that team. I was talking to Ryan before the game. I said, did you guys ever lose one game? They were sophomores in high school, I think, playing summer ball. And he said they lost to a team in Pennsylvania late in the season. I said, your coach should be fired. With those guys on your ball club?
Yeah. What that team had? Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, and whoever else?
BJ played shortstop. David Wright played third base. Ryan switched off at shortstop and second base on that ball club. Mark Reynolds played second base. I mean, come on. Talk about a bunch of ringers on a summer league team. Yeah. That's incredible.
Glad those 5 guys didn't take up basketball. Top of the third, top of the order. ANDRELTON Simmons, pitch number 36 from Ross Detwiler, right in there. Struck out Simmons in short order in the first inning. Gets a ground ball to Zimmerman over there. And Ryan will fire that ball over to Adam LaRoche. Hayward and Justin Upton, the next two. Well, this ball club's exciting. Catch them all season long with your 2013 season plan. Go to nationals.com/2013 and enjoy some great action here at the ballpark. I mean, this is usually the time of the year when the pitchers are ahead of the hitters. Not so.
Well, this yard's the place to be this summer. If you're not here, you're not cool. It's that simple.
Wow.
Serious.
Dropping the cool gauntlet,
yeah.
Are you?
Yep. Throwing it down right now.
Left center. Bryce Harper right there is going to come tailing back to him off the bat of the left-hander. And Hayward, who singled that way first time, is 1 for 2.
95% fastballs coming right at him, and I think that's how he always pitches. But with a 4-run lead, it affords you to go right after guys. Pound that strike zone. Let that great defense in the outfield work for you. Let that great defense in the infield work for you.
Well, here's a pattern for you early. He's made Hayward go the other way twice. He made Upton go the other way with a routine fly ball to Jason Worth. B.J. Upton pulled his, but that was that ground ball to Zimmerman. So he really has not given the big boppers of the Braves anything to work with. Too short. Ian Desmond. What a great top of the third for Ross Detwiler, stopping the Braves on 1 hit so far. Game summary. Bryce Harper gets the Nats off to a big start like he usually does here at home. DENARD span all over the bases. 600 hitting with runners in scoring position. And Ross Detwiler just had a 6-pitch third inning.
Yeah, we showed the center field shot of this before. The ball kind of off the plate, up in the strike zone. But I don't know if it had plate. Bryce Harper all over it, looking to go that way. He had a similar home run in Atlanta last year, maybe a little bit harder off Johnny Venters. It was a missile out to left field, a lot like that one right there.
You know, I'm just thinking about Bryce's homers here at Nationals Park. I know he's gone bullpen left center a couple of times. I'm not sure he's had one that close to the left field line here. So a whole nother area of the ballpark opens up to this young sensation. Nats bottom three, LaRoche, Desmond, Espinoza. Forcing Julio TEHERAN to throw 44 pitches already. And LaRoche will take one. Fastball off the plate. Adam, clean single to right, first time up. He'll pull it near the line. Gattis will take it himself. PNC Bank for the Achiever. In you, Jeff Coburnis at Syracuse. Wow. Lighting things up. Only made 10 outs so far. That's impressive.
Talk about ready and calling him up. He's ready. Call him up. 5:45.
Yeah, where do these guys play, though?
Rover. Fourth outfielder.
Ian Desmond. Base hit up the middle first time. He goes up hacking.
Well, this is where the Nats have to play a friendly game of add on to your lead. Looks good right now, 4-0 in the third, but as we found out last year here at home, never enough against this ball club. The Braves, they don't go away.
Breaking ball, Desmond down around the end of the bat, and it'll fly out to Justin Upton. 4 straight now for TEHERAN since the Jason Worth base hit. Started that by striking out Harper, grounding out Zimmerman to end the inning. And we'll see if Danny Espinosa can get this thing down to Kurt Suzuki. The Nats are 6-0 at home. A game back of the Braves, who won 6 straight. Danny Espinosa fouled out to Evan Gattis, right side first time. And that will be by far TEHERAN's best inning. Each pitcher very economical. Ross had 6 pitches. Julio had 5. Troop recognition, our wounded warriors, welcoming them home. Tonight it's brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. 4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union. Waving those caps, and we go to the top of the fourth. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for Atlanta. Gattis, B.J. Upton, and then Dan Uggla. Ross Detwiler, 41 pitches, 24 strikes through 3. Couple of walks, only 1 base hit.
41 pitches, and I'm going to say 40 fastballs.
That sounds like 95%.
I think there was 1 curveball for a strikeout. It might have been against Chris Johnson. But that's the only off-speed pitch I think he's featured. 40 fastballs, 1 curveball. Is that 95.5?
Sure.
Maybe 2? I don't know.
Gattis bounced out sharply to Adam LaRoche first time.
It's a changeup right there, first one of the night.
4 to 5 miles under his fastball. 89 on that. Off the end of the bat, right side, Danny Espinosa out. He'll call off Adam LaRoche. You could win a meet and greet with Ryan Zimmerman. He'll tell you all about his 1,000 games as an ad. Might be a few more by then. Visit Facebook.com/Massa Nationals. Click on Enter Sweepstakes for your chance to win a visit with Gentleman Zim.
Yeah, start at game 1 and he'll go all the way to game 1,000, and you could just spend a week with Ryan Zimmerman.
Yeah, he probably remembers something from every one of them. B.J. Upton hit that bouncer to Ryan first time up. LaRoche made a good play on a sailing throw, and the count's even here, 1-1. Nats are heading down to Miami after this series. Ricky Nolasco and John Lannon matching up tonight. Scoreless game there, 4th inning. B.J. Upton, 28 years of age. Justin will be 26 in August. That's a busted bat. Ryan Zimmerman comes up krill hopping, right on target, 2 outs. Going to bring in Dan Uggla. Let's go inside the numbers with Ross Detwiler, brought to you by Dodge. Your authorized Dodge dealer. Stop by and experience a world of performance, design, fuel efficiency. Schedule a test drive or log on to Dodge.com and check out the powerful lineup.
Well, look at the difference with 5 days rest. ERA and 12 career starts, almost 2 runs less. It is 2 runs less.
Keeps the ball in the ballpark, doesn't it?
When you're a fastball pitcher, you can use all the rest you get. I mean, a lot of times sinker ball guys like to pitch tired because they get more run on their fastball, but I don't think of Ross Detwiler, even though he has a tremendous 2-seam fastball, as a sinker ball guy. He's a power guy.
No kidding. Nats off Monday, so he's working on 5+ days, having not pitched since last Saturday in Cincinnati. So Dan Uggla, who he walked first time, up there with 2 outs and a 1-1 count. But keeping the ball down to Dan, and that's why he walked him first time. But in his career against Detwiler, Uggla 0 for 10 with 4 strikeouts. That one elevated a bit, but it was so close to his hands. What could you possibly do with that pitch? That was nasty on the inner edge.
Well, that's what he does. He'll go away, 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 lull you to sleep at 92, and then pop one in there, 92, 94 in the inner half. Locks you up.
Goes right at him and strikes him out. Ross Detwiler has now retired 7 straight. Midway through the 4th, he's in control of this game. Bryce Harper, how many times already this year has he gotten the offense off to a great start? After Spann's first inning hit, 2-0. Nationals. Geico President's Race. Teddy. William Howard Taft right behind him.
You know what, Abe, watch the scoreboard. Abe hasn't won yet this year. You win an Oscar and maybe a little bit satisfied. Oh, don't train as hard in the offseason. You got an Academy Award. And you haven't won a race this year yet, Abe. Let's go.
Well, George, maybe he didn't chop down the cherry tree, but he just chopped down 4 presidents. And he wins it uncontested. Kurt Suzuki, bottom of the 4th. Okay, here's one for you, Mr. Ex-Major Leaguer. How much does it mean to a ball club?
That's what I go by the way.
When a Russ, I like the name.
Thanks.
Russ Detwiler gets you right back in the dugout. I mean, they've been on the field for the last 2 innings for a grand total of 17 pitches. 2 innings, 17.
Well, you talk about shutdown innings, but if you can do it quick style like Ross is doing, just pound in the strike zone. I mean, those are the guys you're going to see all the great defensive plays behind. He's getting it, throwing it, not a lot of mystery to it, moving the fastball in and out. And a broken bat single by Jason Hayward in the 1st, and that's it.
1-1 to Suzuki, who had a wonderful at bat, leading off the bottom of the 2nd, fouled off a bunch of pitches, took the walk, went to 2nd when Detwiler bunted him over. Spann drove him in, then Worth drove in Spann. Just a beautifully executed 2-run inning. Suzuki high in the air, right field. Hayward, no room at all. Good crowd tonight. FP and I think we're upwards of 30,000.
A little buzz in the air. I like it. Big weekend series against the Braves. Fans into it.
Tough ticket tomorrow.
I'll be here.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Try to go front door on him. And here's Kurt Suzuki with another full count. Nats have out hit the Braves 6-1. Target in. By the way, I liked your first jab step on that foul ball, but you might as well stay in your seat.
That's close.
My partner's been jab stepping all year, ladies and gentlemen, actually for 3 years, and nothing's come close.
The broadcaster, you got to get jumps on foul balls.
At least at home, nothing comes close. Busted bat.
It's just such a tough out right now. You talk about good at-bats without getting a hit. We talked about it with DENARD Spann the other night. Kurt Suzuki is just having good at-bat after good at-bat. Even if he doesn't end this one with a hit, you talk about, what was it, a 9-10 pitch walk last at-bat? And now he's working on 6 or 7 right here. And I mean, this is what wears the opposition down. If you're out there, and Jason Worth talked about it the other day, throwing these quality strikes, high stress pitches, it takes a toll on you over the course of a ball game.
3-2 Suzuki again, and a breaking ball skied short left. ANDRELTON Simmons. Russ Detwiler coming up. You have until April 18th to get in on the online auction. Take home a piece of opening day. Game used jerseys and bases from the April 1st game. Jerseys from Harper, Strasburg, Davey, the rest of the starting 9. So go to nationals.com/auction. Put in your bids. You might take something home. Russ Detwiler, perfect sacrifice bunt first time. Checking that bat down around the end of the barrel. That bat gets busy with 2 strikes. Good breaking ball by TEHERAN. He's retired 7 straight. 3rd strikeout tonight. But he has to deal with DENARD Span.
And a 2nd inning, DENARD Span up there. You see him slapping that ball to left field. Kurt Suzuki with a great read. And the high throw from Justin Upton allows Span to go to 2nd to score on this Jason Worth single to right center field. So that high throw right there cost the Braves a run. Good read by Span once again, and he's 2 for 2, folks. What new?
Right side, Span a 2-hopper. Dan Uggla. Nats go quickly for the 2nd consecutive inning. On to inning number 5. Mr. Jefferson loves this 4-0 lead. Four saves already. Unbelievable young talent. So we check our Firestone Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index on percentage leaders in saves in the last couple of years, and he's right up there at 89%. I mean, do you remember the guy blowing 11% of his save opportunities?
No, he saved 42 of 45 last year at a 1.01 ERA. He struck out 116 over 62 2/3. And he is thrilled about that graphic that we just put on TV. I think, and it's just my personal opinion, not just one of the best relievers in baseball, one of the best pitchers in baseball, period. Maybe the best.
Well, we'd like to see him with his spikes in that fence all weekend long. They're without Johnny Venters right now. They picked up former Nat Luis Ayala within the last day or two. He of the great sinker and a good setup man for Chad Cordero in the early days here. They put Christian Martinez, a right-hander, on the DL. And so Luis Ayala is in the Braves bullpen. Here's Ross Detwiler and Chris Johnson. Just a little bit high and wide, 5th inning underway. Swinging strikeout, first time up for the 2nd out of the 2nd inning. Houston traded him to Arizona July 29th last year. Hit .286 down the stretch for the D-backs. And then he came with Justin Upton in that 7-player deal to Atlanta. Chris Johnson, 29 years of age, from Naples, Florida. Originally a 4th rounder by Houston back in '06. Fastball busting him inside, ball 3.
Well, that's the one you try to lock up the right-handers with after you go a couple away. Pretty close, didn't get the call.
Big swing on 3-1.
Well, that one had Chris Johnson talking to himself. Got a pitch in a count, fouled it off. going to take a walk around, get back in the box, but he got his pitch in a 3-1 count and missed it.
Does that mean maybe that pitch had some late movement?
That, or he tried to get too big right there, maybe slow you down a hair.
3-2. Will just pop this one over Danny Espinosa's head. So 2 flares, the extent of the Braves' hits tonight. One to left center, Hayward. This one, Chris Johnson, 5th inning.
I think he said something to the effect that hurt. If you read his lips at first, if you're a lip reader, off the end of the bat, he'll take it though. Good adjustment between the 3-1 hack and the 3-2 hack.
Gerald Laird walked first time. Be a nice place for some low fastballs with movement here.
Well, Detwiler has 6 ground outs so far in this game. 3 flyouts, 3 strikeouts. So he's looking for that 2-seam fastball down the way for a little 4-6-3.
Had 11 of those in Cincinnati in a place where you have to keep the ball down.
And he's trying to work that outer half to get a ground ball.
So 91, is that his version of like a BP fastball? It's kind of halfway between his changeup and heater.
Just a 2-seam fastball.
Okay.
4-seam will go 94, 2-seam 91, 92. One's got a little more movement than the other. 4-seamer straight, 2-seamer run down the way from a righty. Get that mud out of his cleats.
Went with the breaking ball. It stayed up and away.
Yeah, Kurt Suzuki is interesting sequence right there. They've been on the same page all night. He went fastball and he shook to a fastball. Then he went fastball away and he shook twice to get to that curveball. Looks like he's going to go with that 2-seamer on the outer half right here in a 2-strike count.
Julio TEHERAN next. Ooh, good looking pitch. That'll be ball 2. Nissan will track it.
Good pitch, but good take by Gerald Laird. That's not easy to lay off of in a 2-strike count. Identified it as low, took it, swings at that. It's a ground ball.
ChooseNissan.com. Great offers, innovative products. How about a 4-6-3? That'll put the pitcher up with 2 outs and the bases empty. And the Nationals turn their 11th double play.
Well, he was looking for that right out of the gate with Gerald Laird. You could see the sequence going with that 2-seamer down the way, trying to get that ground ball to Danny Espinosa. We've seen a lot of right-handed hitters do just that. Great pitch by Detwiler here. Located the fastball. Watch where it is. Down, away. It's almost the same one that Laird took the pitch before. He swings at this one. It's a ground ball and 4-6-3 double play. Middle infield making it look easy.
Julio TEHERAN bounced out to Espinosa first time up. Two and 0. Two and 1. Working quickly. 2 and 2. Well, Steve McCaddy, you know he's enjoying watching this. 5 shutout innings. 2 hits, one of those erased with a double play. Jason Worth hitting over 300 now. Yeah, he's come up big on this homestand. Some key hits. He's collected his 8th RBI already tonight. Years, 8 walk-off home runs. And RFK was not an easy place to hit the ball out of. A cavernous stadium, especially in the deep gaps. And there's the one against Peter Moylan that opened up this ballpark with a walk-off in 08.
Well, he should have gave himself the nickname Clutch. Great reaction right there. That's a great shot.
Hey, that's what I do.
That's what I do. That's how I roll. Good stuff. And I took from that little piece right there is the uniforms got progressively better every single year.
See your authorized Dodge dealer. Experience a world of performance design and fuel efficiency. Walk-off hits 12, 8 of them home runs, 73 game-winning RBIs. Not an official stat anymore, but the All-Star, the Gold Glove, 2 Silver Sluggers.
Maybe Robin Ventura should have saw that piece before he walked Bryce Harper last night.
Just got married to a lovely lady. He is in a good place.
Good spot in life.
Yep.
Starting at 3rd.
Good spot in the lineup, too. Behind Worth, Harper, and ahead of LaRoche. So here's Jason 1 for 2. Worth now hitting .308 with 8 runs batted in. Look out, Bryce Harper. Jason Worth's gaining on you in RBIs.
Give Tehran some credit after struggling early. He's given Freddie Gonzalez some quality innings.
Retiring 8 in a row. Worth the last man to reach safely, and he strikes him out. His 4th K of the night. The thing about the Nationals, such a good fastball hitting team, and so good at fouling off breaking balls. You come out and try to establish your fastball early, you might be down 2-0, 4-0. And then you have to start using the kitchen sink. You know, pitchers don't want to show everything first time around, but against this lineup, FP, maybe you have to.
Well, we all know that Bryce Harper can hit an F-16 if he knows it's coming, but I think the difference between him and this year and last year is the way he hits the off-speed. The slider curveball combination, at times he'll go up there and just look for it because he knows that's what he's going to get. but just a much better hitter all the way around. Lower half much more quiet this year. If you remember at times last year, you get that big leg kick going, jump at the pitcher, but just kind of settled in on his legs a little bit more, not a whole lot of movement until he gets to that violent throw of the bat, creating that tremendous bat speed. When he went to that little thing last year, that little funk he went into, he was jumping at the pitcher, had the leg kick going high, and this year he's been very quiet with the lower half and very loud with the upper half.
Hitting .421 at the moment. That ball is crushed. Slicing foul. And what he's doing tonight tells me he doesn't mind letting the ball get deep.
Well, good swing right there on a fastball, and that's probably the last one he's going to see. You'd think, as you look at the Verizon Fios Exmo, that TEHERAN's going to go back to that slider down and in.
Switch to 100% fiber optic Verizon Fios. Supercharge your internet speed. That one just stays outside. Counts 2-2.
Tried to throw it in there, left it out over. Backed up on him.
That's off speed. He fouled off.
Yeah, 2 curveballs in a row trying to go down and in. They both backed up.
Four nothing Nationals, bottom of the 5th. Challenge fastball, 94 inside.
Another 2-strike foul ball, the 800th of the night.
Off speed, foul ball. Harper gets a breaking ball and pops it up right side. Evan GATTIS drifting with it, and he just misses it. Absolutely fanned on it, and that will probably be an error.
Boy, you give a hot hitter like Bryce Harper another pitch. And this is a good trip right here from Gerald Laird to his young pitcher. The exact reason why Freddie Gonzalez put Laird in there tonight to catch, but you look at Evan GATTIS, he's lost right there. Guy that's a catcher. We've talked about it a bunch tonight. He's played 7 games in his whole career at low A-ball level. And you just can't give a hitter like Bryce Harper another pitch. Nobody feels worse than he does right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, looked like he pulled the bat back. And the count goes full.
I mean, he's throwing everything. Curveball away, curveball down and in, fastballs away, fastballs in. Bryce Harper's seen everything that Julio TEHERAN has.
Fastball up and in. Good at bat with a little bit of help on the defensive mistake, but Bryce Harper, 3rd walk of the year now.
Well, when you're hitting over 400 for the year, you get those breaks that Bryce Harper just got. Everything's going his way right now. Gets another chance, fouls off a tough pitch. 12 2-strike foul balls by Nationals hitters tonight, and he ends it with a walk.
Here comes Ryan Zimmerman. 2 ground balls to short tonight. Big breaking ball. And GATTIS drops the snap throw.
You would think Bryce Harper's thinking about going.
Bryce still looking for that first steal of the year. 0 for 1. Span and Worth have swiped 4 bags this week. That time TEHERAN was pretty quick to the plate. Fly ball for Jason Hayward, out number 2. Bringing in Adam LaRoche, who was with the Braves 04-06 and again for a while in 2009. Harper, great jump, steals it with plenty to spare and stays on the bag. Bryce Harper's first steal this year.
I mean, you have to take advantage of opportunities. Probably not the best jump in the world from Bryce, but because of his speed and because of the deliberate delivery out of the stretch from TEHERAN, steals it easy.
Stole 18 in 24 attempts last year.
So Drake LaRoche has a Little League game tomorrow at the same time that Adam LaRoche has a Big League game. And I told Drake on the bench, go a little side bet with your dad and see who gets more hits tomorrow in your games at the same time.
Telling a kid that age to bet on baseball. Come on, he'll get banned.
Just a little contest between dad and son. See who gets the most knocks at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Winner gets to sit at the head of the dinner table tomorrow evening. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, when he finally hit his first home run, he went up to him in the clubhouse and he said to his dad, "It's about time," and turned around and walked away.
Not too many kids envy him. Clubhouse every day.
It's awesome. It's the way it should be.
My dad tried to take me to the shipyard every day. I was not interested. 2-1. Adam LaRoche 1 for 2 tonight. Little daylight play. Simmons taking that throw well behind the bag. Fastball away, 3-1.
I don't know how interested TEHERAN is right now, and Adam LaRoche with first base open and a right-hander on deck.
Facing every one of these Nationals hitters for the first time. Target way out there, and he gets the corner with it. 3-2.
Well, it's a good take by Adam LaRoche. You work real hard to get to a 3-1 count. You're looking for something with a little more plate than this pitch, or just some plate.
Bryce Harper, 1-out walk, stolen base. LaRoche with 2 down, trying to make it 5-0 or more. Great at bat. This team is building some kind of team on base percentage these days. And Adam LaRoche is aboard now. The Nationals as a team came into this game tonight with a .345 on base percentage. That's impressive.
Well, I think it's impressive too, Carp, is the way they're getting on base and how they're making the opponents work. I mean, if you're scouting this ball club, you're an advanced scout, you're watching film on them, you go into that pre-series meeting, you're saying, hey, these guys are going to make you work. They're going to make you throw pitches. Saw Davey Johnson right there, no let up in my lineup. It doesn't get any easier the deeper you go into this lineup. And a lot of tough outs, 1 through 8.
If this game had a time of possession clock, who's on offense more? It would be no contest. Way outside, did Desmond hold? Yes, he did. Ian tonight, 1 for 2, base hit up the middle in the first. Third inning fly ball to left. He's been on an extra base hit binge this week. There's Luis Ayala, the former National. That's a good breaking ball there. Pretty good fastball running back to the corner. Another long inning for an Atlanta pitcher tonight. 27th pitch of this inning. Runners moving and a swing and a miss. Well, TEHERAN has put 3 consecutive zeros on the board in a 4-0 game. In the digital age, DENARD Span has been on base safely 21 times in 10 games. Bryce Harper has driven him in quite a bit. And then Ross Detwiler. I mean, we are seeing the emergence of a bona fide major league star left-hander here.
Yeah, we joked last night that the Braves weren't going to see 5-1-2, that they were going to see 1-1-1, and the 3 starters they're going to see as good as anybody. And Ross Detwiler proving that tonight. #1 stuff. And I think when you've experienced all the big games that he's experienced, whether it be the WBC, the clinching game against the Dodgers, Game 4 in the NLDS last year, love to see the smile on his face. He's on cruise control out there right now, pounding the strike zone with a 4-run lead.
Yeah, just brimming with confidence. Top of the order, Simmons, Hayward, Upton. And FP last night, kind of an ugly thing in baseball. Carlos Guillen and Zach Greinke. And now the Dodger right-hander hurt in that fray. Your thoughts?
Well, I was talking to Davey Johnson yesterday during batting practice, he and Bob Boone, about brawls, coincidentally enough, before that one happened. And they were telling stories about brawls they had gotten in as players. And Davey talking about being on the bottom of a pile when you can't even move. And I went up to the skipper today and said, weird that we talked about brawls yesterday, and then there was one in San Diego. But my whole take on that is I don't think that Zach Greinke was throwing at Carlos Quentin in that at-bat. I mean, a one-run game, 3-2 count. But I'll tell you this from a hitter standpoint, Cart. When you've been drilled by a guy multiple times and you get drilled by him again, you're not thinking about it's a 3-2 count, it's a one-run game, why did he hit me? You just snafu, you snap, and you're just sick of getting hit by the same guy that many times. And I know he bowed up and went out there, and Greinke said something to him, and who knows what Greinke said, and I think that's the key to this whole thing. But everyone's saying, well, why did he charge? He didn't have a reason to charge. It wasn't the right situation to hit anybody. He just was sick of getting hit by Zach Greinke, and he flipped out. You don't think about situations when you see red. You just go out there and charge the guy. And I think Zach Greinke should have olayed him and just let him go past him, but he charged him. He lowered his shoulder, and now he's out. And I think your take on this has to be, in my opinion, if Zach Greinke didn't get hurt last night, what would your opinion be of the whole thing?
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the Dodgers' eye for an eye quotes today? They think Quentin should be out as long as Zach Greinke.
Well, that's a tough call for Joe Torre. We'll see what he does.
No balls and 2 strikes to Hayward. Breaking ball. Got him on a ground ball to Danny Espinosa. And Ross Detwiler continues to pitch beautifully against a very good lineup. Justin Upton coming up in the Braves box, pretty empty. Couple of walks in the second. Hayward broken bat hit in the first. Chris Johnson a flare in the 5th. Next batter erased him on a double play. So Ross Detwiler not that far off from being nearly unhittable by the Braves tonight. They'll face Justin here, who's flied to right, bounced out to short. That ball is lashed to right center. Hits the very top and stays in by inches. The Braves are still not on the board, and Freddie Gonzalez is coming out. Now, I can tell you right now what's going to be discussed here. When this ballpark first opened, that diagonal strip on top of the scoreboard was kind of an aluminum color. For this very play, the umpires in the league wanted the Nationals to paint that strip above the scoreboard green right there. If the ball hit off that, it's in play. If it hits the railing, it's a home run. They made a pretty decisive call of that ball in play. That was the one thing about this ballpark that had to be corrected when it first opened up in 08.
Well, that, partner, was a wonderful explanation of the ground rules here at Nats Park. And just from the naked eye, they're going to go in and check it out. I didn't think it was near being a home run, but let's check it out.
It appeared to be still in play. Umpires have left the field. One always stays. In this case, it's the home umpire, home plate umpire, Adrian Johnson. Fielding Colbert is the crew chief. You know, and if that ball hits above the green strip and goes off the rail, it's probably not going to deflect straight back onto the field.
That guy's pointing right where it is. You see that? Ben's telling you where it hit. I couldn't really tell in that last angle because of the lights on the scoreboard in right field, but with the naked eye, I thought it hit the green part first. Let's check it out. Good job by not reaching over by the Nats fans out there. Well, that guy tried and he fanned.
Oh, man, I tell you, that hit right at the top of the green strip, it appeared. And that is in play.
Check it out one more time. Fan reaches for it right there. Did he touch it? I don't know if he touched it.
He pulled back, I thought.
I think he called the carpet right on top.
And of course, tonight's the first game of the series. So when you come to the ballpark on the first game of the series, and you see the umpires and the managers with the lineup cards, and they're pointing around the ballpark and talking about the ground rules, in this particular park, that's the one area they probably talk about the most.
Well, give Bill Welke some credit because he ran out there far to make that call. I mean, he hustled out there, got a good look at it, and he's the one that gave the safe sign, which means the ball is in the park. He didn't go one figure up in a circle and say home run. He ran out there, hustled, and got a good look at it. They're looking at it down below, but managers will never have an argument with an umpire if they hustle out to make a play, meaning they're running toward the fence. They have to stop so their heads get still and they can make the call. But when a manager has a problem with a call, it's when the umpire just turns around and doesn't run to get closer to the play. And I thought Bill Welke did a nice job of hustling out there.
They have been out now for exactly 2.5 minutes. And the umpire's room here is very close to the field. They only have to go about 50 or 60 feet up that tunnel. They make a left turn into their locker room where this is located, the video equipment. In the meantime, Ross Detwiler will just casually toss some throws to Kurt Suzuki.
Look at Welke. Look how far out he is, and now he's going to get his head still right here. I mean, that's good hustle. I mean, he's almost to the halfway out, and he's got a great look at that. I mean, he saw it. He saw it better than anybody. They got it right. There will be times when umpires simply just turn around where they're standing and look. That was good hustle by an umpire. You're going to get on them when they miss it. You have to give them credit when they hustle. And I think, after looking at all those replays, got it right. They're taking a long time, though, which is scaring me a little bit.
Makes you nervous the longer they stay, because we thought it was pretty obvious. If that ball hits over the green strip out there, it probably bounces up into the seats. It's hard to believe that it would be out and come back like that. And they point to second base. They got it right. Approximately 3 minutes and 45 seconds to view the replay. So on a ball absolutely roasted by Justin Upton, Ross Detwiler will now face Evan Gattis in what is still a 4-0 game. But whoever thought of that?
That wasn't you?
And whoever thought of that over 5 years ago did the right thing by taking that aluminum strip and making the Nationals paint it green. That's a great fastball to the inside corner. So you have about a 4-minute layoff, and then you come out with a paint piece. Amazing ratio, fastball to everything else. Gattis has grounded out and popped up. Can't catch up with 92 upstairs.
Evan Gattis does not get cheated. Watch this hack. That foot down there and let it rip. Big pitch from Detwiler.
Oh-2. Goes right after him and strikes him out. 93 miles per hour upstairs by inches. It remains a 4-0 game, and Detwiler responds beautifully with high gas. Great blogs, great reports on the Nats. And here we are in the middle of the 6th inning. Washington coming up by inches. The shutout preserved for right now. But Ross Detwiler, I mean, takes a 4-minute layoff and then just comes out blowing fastballs.
Yeah, went right after Evan Gattis right there. Caught a break, like you said, keeping that ball in the ballpark. But how good has he been, and how many fastballs has he thrown? Just going right after. I think that 4-run lead obviously affords him the opportunity to challenge Brave hitters. But as we've seen, his first start of the year, 90% fastball, and he's way above that here tonight.
And then, of course, and I talked about this with some of the bullpen guys the other night. Now these pitchers know, because of this offense, they don't have to be perfect. They give up a run or two, they're fine.
Well, they know they got help behind them, too. The offense is playing good, so now you don't have to be perfect, like you said. And you also don't have to strike everybody out, because you know guys are going to make plays behind you. And that's how you become a great team. Everybody on the same page, everybody helping each other out, clicking on all cylinders. And that's what the Nats have been doing for the last 4 games.
7, 8, 9, bottom of the 6th. Danny Espinosa leads off. Danny has fouled out to first and grounded out to second. On a 2-0. This one for Dan Uggla. Julio TEHERAN still hasn't given up a hit since Jason Worth drove in the 4th run way back in the 2nd inning. But a multi-hit night for DENARD. Span, Adam LaRoche on twice, Bryce Harper on twice, and of course this big blow, the opposite field 1st inning home run. Kurt Suzuki 0 for 1, a walk and a run scored. TEHERAN really throwing that breaking ball well to the Nats right-handed hitters now. Nationals have him at 92 pitches here in the 6th. That's a blooper down the right field line, but it'll carry far enough. Easy play for Jason Heyward. That'll bring in Detwiler. Fox has the game tomorrow. Steven Strasburg and Tim Hudson. We'll rejoin you for a 1:35 matchup with the Braves, Gio and Paul Mahalam on Sunday. And then it's off to Miami, 3 consecutive night games at Marlins Park. Day off Thursday, then New York. But the Nats can come out of this series with Atlanta having won the series. We look at the schedule for the next week or so. Play good baseball. Have a chance for a really good month of April. Next homestand will be a tough one. St. Louis and Cincinnati coming in.
I feel like looking at the Nats schedule, it gets a little easier further down the road, but talk about getting tested early.
Yeah, I mean, who would have looked at the schedule and saying, oh, White Sox, that's a sweep. I mean, this team overachieved in that series with the bats, just fantastic.
Maybe 25 guys in the first base dugout.
Maybe. Well, they think they can beat anybody, and they're usually right. 1 and 2 to Detwiler. Ross has sacrificed and struck out. Julio TEHERAN got his night off to a very tough, slow start. He's been on the express for the last 4 shutout innings without a hit. Brought to you by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. By DentaQuest, who reminds you to smile. It's Friday. Affordable coverage for priceless smiles. Ask your broker about DentaQuest. And by Ocean City. Visit Ocean City, Maryland for Springfest, May 2nd through 5th. Find out more at OCOcean.com. Beautiful night over on the Tidal Basin. We're going to the 7th. Pitchers matching up nicely after the Nats had all that early offense and a 4-0 game. Join the millions who've subscribed to MLB.tv. Every out-of-market game available online on your favorite mobile and connected devices. HD quality. That's with MLB.tv Premium. So visit MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Ross Detwiler, 6 innings, 79 pitches, 51 strikes. So that averaged right at about 13 pitches per.
What is the percentage of fastballs tonight from Ross Detwiler? How about that, folks? I mean, you don't see that very often from a starting pitcher. 95% fastballs, just 5% off speed and 80 pitches. You do the math, because I can't.
Means a lot.
Yeah, I got that.
BJ Upton.
4 off-speed pitches.
And by the way, quite a ball game in Miami tonight. John Lannon throwing a 2-hitter at the Marlins. Phillies 1, Fish nothing, bottom of the 6th. 1 ball, no strikes. And a ball popped up right behind the bag for Ian Desmond. Nine ground ball outs tonight. And tonight's copyrighted broadcast, presented by authority of the Washington Nationals Baseball Club, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Dan UGGLA walking a strikeout. There's that big helicopter swing he'll take. He can take that one hand off the bat just after contact and hit it out of anywhere.
I mean, this whole thing with Detwiler and the heaters is just fascinating me. I mean, as a major league player, you get to the big leagues by being able to hit a fastball. And every single guy in the big leagues can hit a fastball.
UGGLA to right. Worth tearing back, and he'll get there.
And this just isn't any other team. This is the Atlanta Braves. They swing the bat, and Ross Detwiler is getting the job done here through 6 2/3 by throwing just a fastball. I mean, that doesn't happen. You have dreams as a major league hitter of facing a guy with 1 pitch. You have dreams about that. Please just throw me a heater. You'll hear hitters come back to the dugout all the time when they strike out on off speed, mumbling under their breath, challenge somebody, me. One time, challenge me. Ross Detwiler tonight is challenging the Atlanta Braves with all fastballs, and he's getting the job done.
That ball jacked out to center by Chris Johnson. DENARD Span watches it, and it is gone. Braves are on the board with Chris Johnson's first of the year. '34th big league homer for him.
I got inside of that one nice. I'll wear that one for going on my fastball ramp. But Chris Johnson right there. I mean, these guys can hit. This team can swing the bats. And that's why I'm marveling at the performance by Detwiler tonight. But Chris Johnson, the guy that's a good fastball hitter his whole career, did a nice job of getting inside of that pitch and hitting it out to the deepest part of the ballpark on a cold night.
Craig Stammen just popped up. Ross Detwiler still at just 86 pitches in the 7th inning. Then, of course, his batting spot just came up, so no need to pinch hit for him. But just in case the Braves get something going here, Luis Ayala is ready because they will hit. If the inning continues for Julio Teheran, looks like Reed Johnson is waiting to hit in the number 9 spot. He's their only true right-handed batter on the bench. Infielder Ramiro Pena is a switch hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gerald Laird, who's walked and hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Breaking ball, 2-2. Had him reaching. Adam LaRoche will scoop it up, and he can keep on running to the dugout.
Now, it's got to be standing ovation time for Ross Detwiler. What an effort here tonight. 1 run through 7 innings, all fastballs. Nicely done.
Get a move on to your Hyundai dealer during the Let's Go sales event. Great savings in every new Elantra, but hurry. This event ends April 30th, and yeah, Hyundai brings you the 7th inning stretch on a cool Friday night. Mahalam, he's off to a good start. 2-0. 13 innings, hasn't given up a run. Gio has an 0.82 ERA in 2 starts. He's given up 1 run in 11 innings. So scoring will be at a premium here on Sunday. 1 p.m. Johnny and Ray here at the ballpark, and that's extra. And then first pitch on Sunday at 1:35. Well, the cherry blossoms are still hanging in there. Really windy and then wet weather over the last day and a half. And as the Nats come up in the bottom of the 7th inning, they will be facing a former teammate as Luis Ayala has come in from the bullpen. Julio Tehran finished well tonight. Luis Ayala is 35 years of age. He was with the Expos 03-04, the Nats 05, hurt in 06, didn't pitch at all, and then he was in Washington until the Nats dealt him to the Mets in 08. But he was a good setup man with that sinker of his. And of course, everybody around here remembers the early combination. It wasn't exactly clip and save, but it was Ayala and Cordero nailing them down at that time.
A veteran guy, moved the ball around, command guy. I would imagine the crowd's going to be into this version of right here, Take On Me. Big crowd tonight. It's been electric since the first pitch.
Yeah, now they get to do it twice. So Luis Ayala over from the Orioles.
Yeah, 4-pitch guy. Fastball, slider, cutter, change. Fastball averages 89 miles an hour.
Nats will have the top of their order up in the bottom of the 7th. Spanworth and Harper. Here they go again.
Love it.
The Sopranos here at Nationals Park. Tyler Clippard and Henry Rodriguez for the 8th. Whether or not the national score here determines who pitches. If it's a 3-run game, you know it's Tyler Clippard because there's a save sitting out there in the 9th after Clippard. If the Nats would tack on a run or two, Davey would give Henry some work.
And Nats going to try to answer that 1 run the Braves just scored in the top of the 7th. Long way to go in this ball game, and Atlanta can hit. A little add-on baseball right here if you're Davey Johnson and the Nats.
Span 2 for 3. Worth an RBI single. Harper 2-run homer and walk. Your due-ups. And these guys have 11 RBIs on this homestand. And they've driven in all 4 tonight. They're not only setting the table, they're enjoying themselves quite a feast. And DENARD Span is now hitting .353. Ayala able to whip that sidearm sinker in there. He was a good ground ball pitcher when he was here. I mean, that ball is 90 degrees to the right into the upper deck.
I mean, he pulled that ball over Davey Johnson's head. I don't know that I've ever seen a foul ball go that far foul. DENARD Span kind of with a half smile right there. You want to see a home run in cricket? This is a homer in cricket.
And it didn't take 2 days. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Somebody will get under one of those someday and hit it into the Anacostia River.
Oh my goodness.
Worth 1 for 3 RBI, stolen base. And a ground ball right at Dan Uggla. And Jason Worth's RBI hit back in the 2nd remains the Nationals' most recent base hit. Just have a little fun with DENARD Span's foul ball. Look out.
See, that's a home run. Little guys count those.
That cleared the rail. They're watching that thing. That might have got something down in the players' parking lot. Here's Jason Worth. You played in that old roundhouse in St. Louis. Remember that place?
He went right up there.
A left-hander by the name of Mike Laga got under a foul ball and hit it over the roof of that place one night. Something that they said couldn't be done. And DENARD Span almost did it here. Here's Worth. Target in. What a week for this guy. Jason Worth, 2 balls, 1 strike count. In the air to center for B.J. Upton.
It's time for the Kia drive of the game. Let's go back to the 1st inning. Bryce Harper, 5th home run of the year. A fastball from Julio Teheran on the outer half of the plate, maybe off the plate. Good extension from Harper. Foot off the ground, violent swing, line drive home run the other way. This drive of the game is brought to you by Kia. Visit Kia.com to learn why Kia is one of the fastest growing car brands in America.
So Bryce Harper has 5 home runs. Justin Upton has 6. And in Minnesota tonight, John Buck of the Mets has hit his 6th. The Mets put 10 runs on the board in the first 2 innings at the Twins tonight in interleague play. So there are some guys in the National League having some big home run starts. Bryce could make it a 3-way tie.
If he doesn't bunt.
Handcuffed on that one. Looking for multi-hit game number 8. Torrey Hunter of Detroit has 7 to tie Bryce for the Major League lead, and there are the National League guys. Harper, defensive swing. He's got a chance to make this close, and by a half step. Well done by Chris Johnson. Nats go 1-2-3 into the 8th inning now. We're expecting Tyler Clippard to come on. Season. Some of them start at just $10. Go to nationals.com/tickets to check them out. (4-1) 8th inning. Nats have made a call to the bullpen. It was answered by Jim Lett, and he sent Tyler Clippard out. So that call packaged by the UPS store. We love the logistics. Tyler Clippard, a scoreless 8th inning last night when he got 3 consecutive White Sox hitters. And tonight he'll face a pinch hitter in the number 9 spot like he did with Dwayne Wise last night.
And a fastball, cutter, curveball change for Clippard. He's going to face Jordan Schaefer, who played Wednesday for the Braves and went 4 for 5. Freddie Gonzalez gave B.J. Upton a day off. He was struggling. And Schaefer took the bull by the horns with a 4-hit day. Look at the average, 667.
Yeah, 211 hitter in parts of 4 big league seasons with the Braves, then Houston, and now he's back. Atlanta. Getting him back, and there's a right-hander, Jordan Walden, to the bottom of the 8th. So Luis Ayala had a successful debut with the Braves. That's some pretty good heat near the hands for a strike.
Yeah, fastball in the inner half to Schaefer. Look where Suzuki's setting up. Look where the pitch hits. Bam, don't even move your glove. Now set up for the change here, 0-2. Going back in there, I think, with the heat.
Fastball up. Jordan Schaefer, a waiver pickup from Houston for the Braves. He was the man traded to Houston for Michael Bourne back at the trading deadline 2011.
Michael Bourne goes to Cleveland. Jordan Schaefer back to Atlanta.
Yeah, the ball club that drafted him in the 3rd round back in 2005 out of Winter Haven, Florida High School. 1 ball and 2 strikes. in the air to left. Bryce Harper will circle over toward the line. It's a fair ball when he makes the catch.
Always tricky, excuse me, Carp, as an outfielder when you go toward the line there and you start to feel that dirt on your cleats. You know the fence is approaching. It's a big warning track down there and left, and all of a sudden you're running, you feel grass, it's soft, then you feel the dirt, you know you're getting close. Good play. And
of course, in a ballpark like this, going toward the corner, a good part of that track is in fair territory.
Feel that crushed brick under there, you know you're getting close to the wall.
Top of the order, ANDRELTON SIMMONS. Nats have kept him off base tonight. Simmons' career 0 for 1 with a fly out against Tyler. Simmons came up and impressed last year. In 49 games, he had 289. But this year, he has that increased responsibility of hitting at the top of the lineup. And that's a lot for a young hitter to handle.
Well, he's an aggressive hitter, guy that doesn't take a lot of pitches, and I think when you have an aggressive leadoff guy, it's fine. I mean, you only lead off really once a game. Good player.
Another product of Curacao, a city called Mundo Novo. And the Braves drafted him in the second round 3 years ago. Hit nearly 300 in his 2 full minor league seasons. And they called him up May 31st last year. He debuted on June 2nd, got his first major league hit. The day after that, Strasburg got him 0 for 3. Then he got his first hit the next day against Gio. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's pretty good jammage, but the ball is back over the screen. 1-2. Jason Heyward on deck. Clippard goes with the changeup. 2-2. That changeup floating upstairs. 3-2.
Tyler Clippard keeps blowing on his hand out there behind the mound, and I don't think he's getting a good grip and a good feel for the changeup yet. The fastball command has been fine, but he hasn't thrown that patented floater in there for a strike really yet.
And a ball to right. Hanging up for Jason Worth. So fly balls to the corner outfielders to start this 8th inning. And now a really good matchup. By the way, Ross Detweiler, 5 strikeouts tonight. So $37 times 5 to the children's end of the National Institutes of Health for every net strikeout this season. By the pitchers, that is. And that's courtesy of our generous DC area Toyota dealers. Heyward 1 for 3 with a soft base hit to left back in the first. Jason Heyward career against Tyler Clippard 5 out of 8. A lot of changeups. 2-0. And another off speed. You don't want to walk the man in front of Justin Upton when you're up by 3.
You watch Jason Hayward's hands. He's kind of keeping his fingers loose off the bat. That's to have that loose grip. Your hands will tighten up at contact on their own. And if you're gripping the bat too tight, it slows your swing down. So a lot of hitters will do things to keep their hands loose on the bat, so they keep their bat speed. And if you watch Hayward right here, just kind of has his fingers off the bat, trying to keep his hands and that bat in his hand as loose as possible.
A little bit high and a 2-out walk. Tyler Clippard issuing the 3rd walk of the night. Russ Detwiler, a couple of those. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run given up on the Chris Johnson home run on a fantastic night for Steve McCaddy's starter.
Well, now I got to face the thump. Justin Upton, Evan Gattis. Big lead by Hayward.
Justin Upton, 1 career plate appearance against Tyler Clippard, and it was a walk. Let's go inside the numbers with Dodge. Guys with slugging percentage leading through 9 games of the season. Deion Sanders was getting extra base hits.
Apparently some of his bunts went over the third baseman's head for doubles.
Or else he stretched a bunt into a double on the infield.
Prime time.
I will never forget when he was first a Yankee. He was having a hard time getting hits off major league pitchers. And that wonderful New York press dubbed him Freon Dion. Things started a little cold before they heated up. Well, Clippard has Justin Upton, 0-2. 2 outs in the 8th. The runner goes, good jump. Fastball away, out of play.
Well, I've seen a lot of that this year. Down by 3, 4 outs left, and Jason Hayward running. And if you go down by 3, you better make it, especially with a guy like Justin Upton at the plate. I mean, right now the Atlanta Braves need base runners. So obviously Hayward thinking he can make it. And if you go down by 3, you better.
Great block by Suzuki.
Big pitch coming.
Yeah, tying runs in the on-deck circle in a 4-1 game, 8th inning. He started, then stopped, did Hayward, and then that off-speed pitch had Upton way out ahead.
And there's also another reason why I feel like it's not a big deal to steal a base right here. Carp, as a right-handed hitter, you can see the movement out of the corner of your eye. You're up there battling with 2 strikes. You're one of the hottest hitters in the league. You're trying to make this a 1-run ball game with 1 swing. So if you're up there and you see the guy running at first base, it can be a distraction. Same thing with the runner on second base in a 2-strike count that decides to steal third. I just let him hit.
One ball, 2-strike pitch. And a good battle shaping up here as Tyler left that 92 within reach.
Justin Upton trying to get on top of this 92-mile-an-hour fastball, top of the zone. And he doesn't get cheated either.
Hard hit right field. Ball sitting about belt high, and Justin Upton has hits his last 2 times up. He almost left the yard 2 innings ago with that double at the top of the scoreboard. And now Evan Gattis will represent the tying run.
And talk about covering the plate. Justin Upton got a fastball away down in the zone this time. A bullet to right field. Jason Worth had to get down quick. That ball got on him, and now you're facing a guy with 3 home runs who came into tonight hitting .391, hitting .346 at the moment.
Gattis 0 for 3 tonight. Rounder, pop-up, strikeout. First matchup career between these two. That looked like a hard slider. Clippard will pull out the breaking ball here and there.
Now here's where you got to be real careful for obvious reasons. 2-0 count. He's thrown 2 off-speed pitches, and if you're a hitter right now, you could disregard the off-speed. Tyler Clippard really hasn't thrown the changeup for a strike yet consistently in this inning. So Evan Gattis, a home run hitter, a guy with a lot of pop's going to be looking for a fastball. He's thinking about tying this game up with 1 swing. I mean, there's a lot of good hitters left in this lineup, but you can make the argument that the save is right here, right now.
2-0. And then Tyler misses with the fastball. And if he walks in, the tying runs on base, and B.J. Upton is next. And that's right now the most feared 3 for 32 hitter in baseball.
And Kurt Suzuki with a trip out to the mound. I think because Rafael Soriano has pitched so much, if the score stays like it is, Drew Storm might be the guy for the 9th inning night. I'm watching him in the bullpen. He's jumping around. He's stretching. But first things first.
Yeah, Soriano saved all 3 games of the White Sox series.
Good fastball to a spot. Gattis was swinging. See the approach? He was looking for something middle in to turn on. He got a fastball away. He had the green light.
Missed at the bottom of the zone, and the bases are loaded. This all started with a 2-out walk.
Yeah, 3-1 fastball, trying to locate it down and away. Just missed, didn't get the call.
B.J. Upton, the hitter.
And I'm wondering if Kurt Suzuki and the whole infield is stalling for Drew Storm to get ready, and Davey Johnson might make a move here with 2 outs in the 8th. Drew Storm trying to get hot down there in the bullpen, and I feel like the Nats are stalling for time. And here comes Steve McCatty.
Yeah, so the infield stalls. Now the pitching coach can pile on top of that. But then he has to throw at least 1 pitch to B.J. Upton. With 2 outs and the bases empty, Tyler threw a lot of off-speed stuff to Jason Heyward. And you mentioned he wasn't able to throw it for strikes. Now about 15 pitches later, and 29 in the inning. The Braves are threatening here.
I just don't feel like that walk to Gattis was that big a deal. You don't want to center cut a fastball to a guy with pop that can tie the game with 1 swing. He tried to throw the fastball to a corner, just missed. You go a little regroup piece here with your pitching coach. Some words of encouragement from your teammates and go to work.
Breaking ball, fouled straight back. Second hitter this inning. He has started with a slide piece. B.J. Upton 0 for 1 career with a strikeout. matched up against Tyler Clippard. Hayward third base, walked. Upton second base, he singled, and then Gattis first base, he walked. Target away. 1-1 strike. Last night, Tyler 8th inning against the White Sox. 11 pitches, 7 strikes, and a 1-2-3.
Great changeup right there from Clippard. 81 miles an hour. He finally presented one that looked like a strike for about 58 feet. Watch the bottom drop out. Upton thinking fastball, pulled the string. Pitch of the night for Tyler Clippard.
Big crowd to its feet on a 1-2 count with the bases loaded. Missing up and in.
The crowd is into it.
Well,
30,000 plus umpires thought that was a strike, just missed on the inner half.
fastball up, and Upton took it, and the count is 4.
The cardiac gnats are back, folks.
Well, Ross Detwiler, 90 pitches in 7 innings. Davey went to his bullpen. It's been a long 8th, and here comes a big pitch. Change up, it's 4-2.
Boy, he took that like he knew it was coming. He didn't even flinch on the 3-2 change from Clippard, and it was a pretty good pitch. It missed low, but the same one that Upton swung at early in the count.
Tyler Clippard, 3 walks in the inning. Tying runs at second base, and Tyler is done. And again, it was 2 outs, bases empty when Jason Heyward stepped in. Drew Storen for a big out. He'll match it up against Dan UGGLA in a moment.
Loaded, going to face Dan UGGLA. Let's take you back to the 3-2 pitch to B.J. Upton. Watch the take. Upton didn't even really flinch on that 3-2 changeup, and it wasn't like it was that low out of Tyler Clippard's hand. Well, we've seen a lot of guys swing over the top of that, and maybe he read it low in the zone early. Pretty good at bat from B.J. Upton.
And it sets up a very difficult matchup. So here's Drew, 5th game. Last appearance, a 1-hit scoreless 8th inning Wednesday night against the White Sox. A hitter who has been a nemesis to him. Dan UGGLA. Fastball up and a half swing for a foul. Might have been ball one. Look at this matchup number. 2 doubles and a home run among those 5 hits.
Well, he likes the slider. UGGLA likes to get the head out on the slider out over the plate.
Fastball, center field. DENARD span going back, and he's got it. With about 10 feet to spare to hold on to the lead.
Exhale, everybody.
Braves get a run on a bases-loaded walk. The Nats by 2. Just like we promised earlier in the game, not just a good time, it's Miller time. Ryan Zimmerman, September of '05, first big league hit. It was a gapper, extra base hit against the Phillies.
First of many.
8 years later, he just kind of looks the same as he did back then. Ryan, I mean, that's in September. And in the spring, he was still playing at the University of Virginia. What a year. So Ryan in the bottom of the 8th. LaRoche and Desmond to follow. DENARD span had it all the way, but he might have been the only one who knew that.
And he got a fastball right down the middle, up in the zone, and had the sound. Watch the bat flip from UGGLA. I think he thought he got him. And I must admit, I did too. Ball stays in the park. Thank you very much. Let's move on to the bottom of the 8th.
Jordan Walden, last 3 years, 102 games out of the Angels bullpen. This is one of the guys the Braves got in the Tommy Hanson deal last November. He has almost, is that kind of like a Jared Weaver jump off the rubber there?
It is.
How about that? Picked up something in Anaheim, didn't he? A couple of the Nats faced him. The Nationals were in Anaheim a few years ago. And Ryan Zimmerman lashes that ball to right center. You didn't think he was going to play in his 1,000th game and not get a hit, did you?
Oh, he showed his first hit, and now he just showed his last hit.
And he's 2 for 2 against this pitcher, Jordan Walden.
Verizon Fios Exmo, fastball down the way. Look how he buries his head on contact right here. For all you kids at home, when your coaches say keep your head on the ball, look at that. Right on contact, down the baseball, line drive to right. Nice piece of hitting.
And a strike to Adam LaRoche, who has not faced Jordan Walden.
Kind of as advertised, huh? Two heavyweights going at it. Good clean ball game here tonight.
Yeah.
A little bit of drama right there in the 8th. Probably a little more than anybody in that dugout wanted to see.
And of course, the bullpen, nothing happening for the Nats. Drew Storen, the 9th inning will be his against the bottom of the order. And LaRoche will hit a one-hop double play ball to Dan UGGLA. 4-6-3. So the Nats got their first hit since the 2nd inning, erased immediately. Potomac Nationals are back at the Fitz next week. Highlights include a special visit by Joe Theismann, Jordan Zimmerman poster night, and the best fireworks in minor league baseball. PotomacNationals.com, 703-590-2311.
Carp, I got to give my dad a shout out. It's his 70th birthday today. Happy birthday, Dad.
Wow. Congrats. Ian Desmond checks in with a 2-for-4 tonight. Mr. Santangelo, you are the father of the century.
He is. Ian Desmond with a bullet up the middle. Can't hit a line drive any harder than that. Watch the duck. Look out. Just over your head. I would imagine Ian Desmond could try to steal second base right here. Why not, right?
2-out lead.
2 outs up by 2.
Yep.
Try to get you a time on the pitcher.
Luis Avilan. And by the way, looking ahead to the ninth, it'll be 7, 8, 9 for the Braves. And they do have a couple of quality left-handed bats off their bench. Blake DeWitt, Juan Francisco, a switch hitter, Ramiro Pena. So against a right-handed closer, Freddie Gonzalez would have some options in that number 9 spot.
I don't know if Walden came set on that first one. Ian Desmond turning around to Fielding Culbreth and saying, make him stop.
Either that or don't make him stop and call it. Danny Espinosa 0 for 3 tonight. Desmond gets a jump. Pitch away, and it gets away. Stolen base, Ian Desmond. And all of a sudden, the Nats have really turned on the running game this week.
That's just good fundamental baseball right there. You got a lead. You got a guy that can steal bases. Force the issue. Try to get into scoring position with 2 outs. Watch the jump right here by Desmond. Puts his head down. He's going all the way. Laird got a good pitch to throw on. Put it right on the money, and Simmons couldn't handle it. Might have been a little bit closer. If he catches this, is he out? Might have been close.
Yeah. First of the year for Ian after he swiped 21 last year. And the Nationals have stolen all 5 of their bases on the season on this homestand.
Well, this was the combo the other night against the White Sox, driving each other in.
5-2 win Wednesday night. Danny had 2 RBIs. Desmond scored twice. That's pulled hard to the right side. Good pick by Evan Gattis. Nats get 2 hits. They strand their 6th runner of the night. Actually, it's their 6th. Going to the 9th, up 2. He'll face Chris Johnson, Gerald Laird scheduled, and then a pinch hitter in the number 9 spot. And right now, Ramiro Pena is on deck for Laird. They probably have to move Evan Gattis to catcher if there is a bottom of the 9th inning. There's the switch hitter, Pena, who's been pretty good for the Braves so far this year. But Chris Johnson will lead it off. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. And in his career against Drew Storen, 1 for 4 with a home run.
And don't forget about Juan Francisco lurking in that dugout. He hit 417 in the Miami series with a bomb to right center field.
Drew Storen on that long fly ball retired UGGLA with the bases loaded to end the 8th. First pitch, breaking ball, stays inside. Jordan Schaefer's been used. Pena about to pinch hit. Ooh, fastball really jumping up and in 2-0.
That two-seamer getting away. First pitch slider, second pitch fastball. A little chin music right there. Wow.
Boy, walks really made this game interesting last inning.
Just kind of flying open right now, spinning out of there.
We talked about this before. Late game guys, sometimes hard to go sit in the dugout for a few minutes and then come back and gear it right back up. 3-1 now and a good fastball. Jammed it. Right center, base hit. So the Nationals bullpen tonight has faced 7 hitters, and 5 of them, actually 8 hitters now, and 5 of them have been on base.
Yeah, Chris Johnson swinging that ball 4 right here, but does a nice job of pulling the hands in, flaring it out there to right. Drew Storen, you see the reaction, but that ball's up. That ball's down. It's a ground ball. It's up in the zone. Leadoff man on here in the 9th for the Braves.
27-year-old switch hitting infielder Ramiro Pena, .233 hitter in parts of 3 years with the Yankees. Braves signed him as a free agent. And Pena, as a pinch hitter, 0 for 2, but he has 3 hits and 4 RBIs for them.
Now, Drew Storen up with the fastball right now. Maybe he goes to that changeup to kind of slow things down a little bit. More with the fastball away.
Pena lays down a good bunt. Great play by Suzuki, but no chance. 2 on, nobody out.
Interesting move by Freddie Gonzalez right here. He pulled back Francisco, and I think he's going to bunt these guys over, but that was a perfect bunt right there. Suzuki on it like a cat, good play, but Pena just too fast. And you talk about killing the baseball, deadening it perfectly. Look at the speed of Pena. First and second, nobody out.
And two-run lead in jeopardy. Zimmerman in close at third. LaRoche about to be at first. And veteran Blake DeWitt pinch hitting. Lays one down, foul. DeWitt, first overall at bat for the Braves.
He got called up when Freddie Freeman went on the DL. They purchased his contract from AAA. Freeman with a pulled oblique. Finds himself in a big spot here in the 9th.
.257 career hitter, parts of 6 years with the Dodgers, the Cubs, and now the Braves. Deadens that one. Ryan Zimmerman only played first base. That'll be 5-4 on the sacrifice, and the tying runs at second. Two outs to get Simmons and Hayward, the next two batters.
Well, there's a couple ways that Freddie Gonzalez could have went there. He could have went with Francisco and the 3-run homer, but he decided to go small ball with Blake DeWitt, bunt the guys over, play for the tie instead of the win.
Yeah, and he knows that barring a double play on a pop-up or a line drive, and there's Craig Kimbrell now throwing with Eric O'Flaherty. He knows Jason Hayward will bat again in this game. So here's Simmons, who's 0 for 4. 0 for 1 career against Drew Storen. Ooh, front door breaking ball, gets a strike with it.
Good slider for strike one.
Well, the Nats offense stalling after the second inning tonight, and the Braves trying to make a big-time comeback. He went around. That's strike two. And on that pitch, a good block by Kurt Suzuki.
Well, obviously, Drew Storen has work to do in this inning to save this ball game, but if you're Drew Storen right now, you might be breathing a little bit easier because you found your slider. Fastball command's been up tonight, but if you have that slider in your back pocket and he's offering at it, you start to gain a little bit of momentum here, a little bit of confidence. See if he triples up with it.
No balls, 2 strikes. Killer slider, inside corner, 2 outs.
3 sliders in a row from Storen. And why not? Good call by Kurt Suzuki. He knows his closer's up against it right now. Game on the line. You go with your best pitch. Your best pitch tonight isn't the fastball. It's the slider. Wear it out. And I like it here against Hayward, too.
Jason Hayward, 1 for 4 career against Drew Storen. Goes with a fastball, misses well off the plate. Well, what did you expect? Right down to the last out on this one. On a pitch up. Fly ball right side. This is going to be close. LaRoche just can't even make a reach for it. About 5 feet from his mitt.
You want drama, you tune in the right channel.
You got the right teams. Hayward on a pitch up, takes the fastball, 2-1.
Boy, if he's got ultimate confidence in the changeup right here, it's the pitch. 2-1, first base open. You have a feeling Hayward's going to be swinging all the way right here.
Missing inside. Justin Upton waiting. He's had 2 hits tonight. And on 3-1, another walk. Bases loaded again.
How about the way this one's ending? I'm sure Davey Johnson doesn't like it. Lots of drama going on, but the positive thing, when you fall behind a good hitter like Jason Hayward, I don't care what his average is right now, the guy can rake. He's a left-hander. Drew Storen just found his slider against Andrelton Simmons. So now he has a right-handed hitter up there. Although it's one of the best right-handed hitters in the National League right now, that's the bad news. The good news is he can get back to that slider.
Justin Upton career 0 for 1 against Drew Storen. Fastball up.
Kurt Suzuki got crossed up right there. That was supposed to be a slider.
Sequence of signs with a runner at second base.
Watch Suzuki and the reaction of Kurt Suzuki right here. He's going to get the slider, and then all of a sudden it's a fastball.
Who?
And if he doesn't foul this ball off, it goes to the screen, and you got a one-run game with runners on second and third. And that's catch a huge break by Justin Upton fouling that ball off because Suzuki wasn't catching it.
There's a slider. Ground ball Zimmerman. Fair ball. And the ball's into right field, and this game is tied. Runner might have been safe at second, whether Ryan threw it or not. And when the ball goes into right field, the error allows Pena to score, and it's 4-4 here in the ninth.
For whatever reason, Danny Espinosa wasn't there. He was late in getting to the play. I feel like he was going to be safe either way at second base, but I don't think the throw goes into right field if he's there.
Yeah, good call.
A lot of times with 2 outs as a second baseman, you'll look at your third baseman and say, I got you on the force at second, or you need to go across because I'm playing in the hole. And right there, Danny Espinosa was tardy getting to the bag, and it cost him.
They gave a base hit and an error on that play. And now Drew Storen has to get out of this to keep the game tied.
I mean, I don't know if that throw would have went into right field or not. If Espinosa was there, can't tell if it was wide enough, but I do know he was late getting to the bag.
Evan Gattis, the hitter, 0 for 3 with a walk. Tyler Clippard and Drew Storen in these 2 innings have thrown 58 pitches.
I mean, your positioning with 2 outs as a second baseman dictates whether you can get to second base for the force out. And I always used to whistle over to my third baseman and say, hey, I can't get there. You need to go across. And when I used to play third base, I used to yell at my second baseman, hey, you got me on the force with 2 outs. And for whatever reason, there was a little miscommunication right there, and it cost him.
Rafael Soriano unavailable tonight. Saved 3 ball games in a row against the White Sox. Tyler Clippard, 3 walks in the 8th for a run. Another walk around a couple of hits, key here in the 9th. 2-0 count. Fastball jamming the hitter. Zimmerman on the run. And this one's going to the bottom of the 9th inning.
Only 18 more of these.
Had that lead going to the top of the ninth inning. Atlanta pushes across 2. We are now deadlocked at 4 as we head to the bottom of the ninth. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight, welcome everybody. Our Nets Extra post game just around the corner. Walks are going to kill you, aren't they, Ray?
They are, Johnny. 4 walks in the last 2 innings. 8 base runners with our 7th and 8th inning guys and pushed to 8th and 9, but nobody around the plate. And the base on balls, even the base hits, were all with at least 5 pitches to all of those batters. So no control at all. Cool night, but those guys just didn't have the ability to get the ball over the plate at all.
Lots to talk about in our Nets Extra post game. Hopefully, we'll be talking about a Nationals win if they can pull it out here in the ninth. Send it to the 10th inning. Let's go back upstairs to Bob and FT.
All right, Johnny, thank you, Ray. And another look at that critical play for those 2 runs.
We got a couple angles at it, and the more I looked at it during the break, upon further review, even if Espinoza was there, I don't know that he stops this baseball. This angle shows it the best. Watch the throw. Even if he's there on time, that still would have been a tough play for him. That was extremely wide of the bag.
Bottom of the ninth, Kurt Suzuki against Eric O'Flaherty. O'Flaherty, capable setup man for the Braves the last couple of years. Chris Johnson moves over to first base. Remember, they pinch hit for their catcher, Gerald Laird, so Ramiro Pena's at third, and Evan Gattis should be the man behind the plate. Suzuki a chopper foul. There's Evan Gattis. And Eric O'Flaherty. 64 games last year, 78 the year before that, 56, 78. He's been very busy for this club the last 4 years. Tyler Moore in the number 9 spot for Drew Storen, unless Kurt Suzuki ends it right here. He has never, actually has faced Eric O'Flaherty a couple of times. I like this, 2 for 2 with a double. And then Tyler Moore, top of the order. Craig Stammen for the 10th, if there's a 10th. Kurt Suzuki was walking to the dugout thinking he'd struck out.
Well, a catcher would know, right? Let's check out the pitch from O'Flaherty.
How about that? Well in the box. 2-2 pitch. He wouldn't get a base hit now, would he? Nope. UGGLA had to elevate just a bit to grab that hot shot.
I'm trying to look at the position of the outfield. This is a great angle right here.
Yeah, you're thinking what I'm thinking.
That might have had 2 bases written on it.
Tyler Moore looking for his first pinch hit. He's 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter. 0 for 5 overall. And Tyler Moore 0 for 2 career against Eric O'Flaherty. Under that one to center. B.J. Upton. 2 outs. Well, DENARD Span, tough matchup, lefty-lefty here. We'll have to try to start a 2-out rally against a pitcher he's never faced.
2 hard-hit balls in this inning.
And by the way, a footnote on those 8th and 9th innings, Tyler Clippard and Drew Storen threw a combined 59 pitches to get 6 outs. Span looks at a ball. Pena plays shallow at third. Any way to get on base here. Called strike. And that's ball 3.
So if you're DENARD fan, do you take right here in a 3-1 count, or are you thinking double, getting a scoring position for Jason Worth?
I say you see something center cut, let it fly. You're tied, not behind.
Agreed.
And even if you walk FP, it's going to be tough to run against the left-hander. But you take what the game gives you in case he misses here. Inside corner, that probably would have handcuffed him. DENARD's been on base twice more tonight. 2 singles, a steal, an RBI. Most importantly, 2 runs scored. Staying alive. He's going to run in case that ball spins back fair. Nationals have 2 hits since the 2nd inning. And a 3-2 out to right center. B.J. Upton will take it, and this one is going extra innings. Atlanta will have 5, 6, and 7 due up in a moment against Craig Stammen. Hopefully the same happens here tonight. And our game summary, DENARD Span on base a couple of times with runs. Bryce Harper, well, over 3 hours ago with a first inning homer. And then Tyler Clippard and Juice Storen struggle in the 8th and the 9th. 59 pitches, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. And there were 4 walks in those 2 innings. Critical play right here.
Yeah, we can show it again. I mean, the walks were the story. I mean, obviously Ryan threw that ball away. I don't think Espinosa, any of you who was there on time, could have stopped it. And maybe you throw that ball across the diamond to first base or just eat it. But hindsight's 20/20. Game moves fast down there, and you move on. That's that.
Craig Stammen. In fact, he got the win in that extra inning game in Cincinnati last week. 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts, couple of walks. And he will face B.J. Upton who's 1 for 4 career against him. Upton 0 for 3, but he drew that RBI walk against Tyler Clippard when, after swinging at a changeup earlier in that AB, laid off one. Didn't even flinch laying off that pitch on a 3-2 count. That's a great diving breaking ball by Craig Stammen. And a beauty. You talk about a late breaking slider at the knees right there.
Well, obviously huge to get through this, to get to the bottom of the 10th with the heart of the order coming up. Worth, Harper, and Zimmerman.
Late swing. Stammen overmatching B.J. Upton in that at bat.
Check out the last pitch. 91 miles an hour, two-seam fastball. Watch the bottom drop out of the heater. It's a very underrated sinker from Craig Stammen. Everyone talks about the sliders, the out pitch. I think it's all predicated on that two-seam fastball that usually runs all over a right-hander.
Now the Atlanta bullpen has been quiet. Looks like O'Flaherty could go another inning in the 10th if they don't score. But if they do score, Craig Kimbrell's doing some maintenance throwing right there. He was up earlier. The toss you saw was his second warm-up pitch. Stammen now against Dan Uggla, who tonight's 0 for 3 with a walk. Uggla career against Craig Stammen 4 for 18 with 5 punch-outs. But it's 2-0. Wow, that's close. Front door slider didn't get the call.
Ball 2 and ball 3 were very close. Let's check out ball 3. Look at ball 2, just under the strike zone. Almost the same spot.
Phillies just got 2 in the top of the 10th at Miami in the division tonight. That's inside, ball 4. The Nats have walked 5 batters in the last 2 1/3 innings. Davey Johnson knows the Braves are too good to do that against. Now Atlanta has another left-hander up. That would be Luis Avilan, who was up earlier. Chris Johnson, loop single to right, started their rally last inning.
And a big night, 3 for with a home run.
Kind of always liked watching him swing the bat, but he was on a ball club in Houston that didn't have a whole lot of protection around him. Went to Arizona for 2 months of the season last year. Craig's got a good breaking ball going tonight.
Throw one first strike, bounce a second one. How many times have we seen that with Stammen? Now, even though he walked Dan Uggla, he didn't miss by much in that whole sequence.
No balls and 2 strikes and a check of Uggla. to left. Bryce Harper spotting that one early. Didn't have to move much. 2 outs. And that'll bring in the third baseman, Ramiro Pena. Pena got that bunt base hit with nobody out and Johnson on first that really got the Braves going last inning.
Perfect bunt.
Yeah, he can run. I don't know if he didn't have a great base running coach in the Yankee organization or what. Hard to believe this guy stole 37 bases in 7 years in the minor leagues. I mean, he got down the line as quickly as anybody we've seen. A lot more comes into play. Reading pitchers, reading moves. And he can fly. And he gets a big piece of that one. The Braves lead 6-4. And that's Ramiro Pena's third career home run. And it's a 2-run homer because of a walk.
I got a slider on the inner half and just drops the hands on a two-seam fastball in the inner half. Excuse me. Ran back, got a little plate. Dropped some serious barrel to go back of the bullpen to put the Braves up 6-4.
Well, you know who that brings into play. Fastball up, and it's running down the line off the bat of Juan Francisco, hitting for Eric O'Flaherty. Slider low.
A tale of two ball games. The first half of this one, Nats playing some of their best baseball all year. The second half, not so much. First 6 innings, crisp. After that,
walks.
Still a big 3 outs to get for Craig Kimbrell.
Two-two pitch, and a breaking ball will end the top of the 10th. The Braves have really surprised the Nats. Here's Worth, then Harper, then Zimmerman. Now Washington down by 2. with 2-3-4 coming up. Mid-Atlantic Sports Report back Monday 5 to 6:30. And the guys in the studio, a special look at Jackie Robinson Day and examine the state of the game 66 years after number 42 broke baseball's color barrier. That's Monday 5 to 6:30, Masson HD. Craig Kimbrell hasn't blown one yet this year. A strikeout per inning. And the league getting 083 against him. Last year, 42 saves, 46 the year before that, after he burst on the scene late in the 2010 season. He's already been to a couple of All-Star games.
Well, I think the most impressive stat was 116 strikeouts for him last year over 62 2/3 innings. Two-pitch guy, fastball, slider, fastball, upper 90s, slider sharp.
Jason Worth, 1 for 4 with an RBI, 1 for 5 with a double career and a walk against Kimbrell. That ball diving and diving, but it holds up for Justin Upton. Hit it so hard it backspun right into his mitt. Bryce Harper next.
That line drive was pummeled. Just stayed up too long. Hit it so hard. And gets on top of this low fastball. Tons of backspin. Look at the swing and the exhale from Jason Worth. You can't hit a line drive any harder than that. It's a big league hanging with him.
Wow. Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper against Kimbrell, 0 for 1 career. That's a nasty, nasty breaking ball. No swing, says Brian O'Nora down at third.
Boy, it takes some kind of strong to hold up that late. Bryce Harper started his swing, and you have to be strong to stop your swing like this.
Amazing.
Three sliders to Bryce Harper. Up by 2 runs.
Yeah, with a 2-run lead, I was about to say.
A lot of respect, especially when you throw 98. See if he gets a heater right here in a 2-1 count. Now fastball in, here it comes.
Wow, at the knees.
After 3 sliders, that probably looked like it was a million.
Two pitch, fastball up, and Bryce able to get up to it. Ryan Zimmerman needs a base runner. Adam LaRoche, if it goes any farther. That's nasty. 2 outs.
A slider down. Supposed to be in. It got a lot of plate, but that late break, nasty.
Well, the Braves have been in town since the wee hours Thursday morning, 2 nights ago. They've waited a while for this one, and they are 1 out away from first blood in this weekend series. Ryan Zimmerman, 0 for 5 career against Kimbrell with a walk. Fastball, that is just perfect to the outside corner. Then the slider to back it up. just have to hope he misses a couple and has to come right down the pipe.
I just hope that Ryan Zimmerman gets on if you're a Nats fan and see what happens. Take your chances with Kimbrel versus LaRoche.
Little bouncer, left side. Braves win it.
Well, obviously a tough loss early in the season, a punch to the gut, but the Nats have been resilient all last year. They're going to do it again this year. They go to 7-3. A little perspective, folks. 152 games left.
Everything was looking great. Strasburg tomorrow. Now Steven will have to be a stopper. Ryan Zimmerman's 1,000th career game ends in disappointing fashion. We'll be back with you for Gio and Mahalam on Sunday afternoon. This has been a Masson presentation. Stay tuned now for Nats Extra Postgame. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight here at the ballpark. Coming up next, so the Nats look to Steven Strasburg against Atlanta tomorrow. And from the booth, so long for just a while.